Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
Ka-choo.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams. Real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by. It's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is recorded in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We officially back at it. This is not Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 207?
207, baby.
207, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my god, is that my good friend A.C.B.A?
Oh, he's here.
It's the one and only
It's A.C.B.A.
in the
I'm your
flesh.
host, not Boog Nice. In fact, Fobster360, here with my buddies, Rick Dom 2345, A.C.B.A.
And A.C.B.A. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm
We
A.C.B.A.
lit.
Incarnate.
The titular A.C.B.A. is here on his own podcast, and we're just the side pieces.
True.
Hello. Welcome. What's up, boys? How's it going?
It's going good.
Good, you say?
I'm about to embark on a journey to see my best friend who I have not seen in 6 years. So I'm very excited.
Who is it?
Man.
It's my best friend, Justin. Childhood friend.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were stopping by, Poncho.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll swing by, call you Justin. We'll hang out.
Yeah.
We'll have a great time.
I thought it was the real Marcus Cripps.
The real Marcus Cripps. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I want to give a big shout out to the real Marcus Cripps. Charleston has an event every year called the Charleston Bridge Run. It's like the biggest thing here in Charleston because we have this famous wire suspension bridge. And my friend Marcus, his art got selected to be the official poster for the whole bridge run, which is a crazy accomplishment.
Oh.
So I want to give a huge shout out to Marcus Cripps, the real Marcus Cripps.
The real Marcus Cripps. Hell
The
yeah.
RMC.
That's it. How was y'all's week?
I had a pretty good week. I have relatives in town, so I had to play chauffeur this week.
Chauffeur.
Imagine picking up somebody from three somebodies from the international terminal at LAX and driving them to Orange County.
Just
it only took
imagine.
2 hours. Great. In the middle of rush hour, 5 p.m. We were there at our destination after 7, basically.
Every place anybody from SoCal wants to be during the week is LAX.
LAX and rush hour, I know, and I'm sorry to say, I hate to make y'all jealous, but that's what I did.
Wow.
But it was cool.
Should have been
because,
me.
No, I don't even mind because it's my grandma who is now moving to my mom's. She was in Venezuela, and then she spent a couple of weeks in Mexico just now with my uncle, and then my uncle and my aunt and now my grandma are in town, and my grandma's going to be staying here and living with my mom from now on.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I haven't seen this woman in 15 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, La Nona.
Lennon? Well, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Said, Mijito.
Something like that, yeah.
It's rush hour.
Beautiful name. Me and my wife were just talking about potential baby names today. No. Just planning for the future, my friend. Nothing official quite yet, but from a prolific pre-orderer, I like to just get it done, just get it out of the way.
Yeah. It says it's not releasing until 2025, but we might as well.
Yeah, why
Might
not?
as well get it down now.
You're already clearing out the shelf space for it.
That's the hardest part right there.
That would actually just mean clearing the shelves. Huh.
True. Yeah, why not? Fat Man just hit us with 5. He said, we got to talk about how Hasbro is smoking crack, charging us $350 for that Tonka car and the figure without butterfly joints. $350? No, thank you, Hasbro. We'll definitely get into that, my friend.
We're going to get to that. In fact, it's going to be kind of a weirdly staggered show because Mr. Cheesy here has got to head out at the top of the hour, so he's going to switch to remote. And then Rick's got, speaking of relatives, guest to entertain at his own home. So
yeah, that's true.
We're going to try to get to that real quick.
I'm the Johnny Carson of my family.
Yeah. See, that's going to be us from now on over here. Now we're going to have the relatives over all the time now that La Nona is here.
That's incredible.
Oh, man. So what's his names you came up with, Pancho? What do we got so far?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Please say 7.
No, Becca and I really like 7. But no, not 7. I was thinking 7 Up maybe. But not yet.
Classic.
If it's a boy, probably Rohan, which means ascending. And then if it's a girl, we're gonna name her Pepper.
like the Disney hit TV show Pepper Ann?
Yeah, Pepper. just like Pepper Ann.
I was thinking, you give her the middle name Jack, and then introduce her to Fraggle Rock.
No.
Run around the rest of her life being like, "Oh, is that Fraggle Rock? Pepper Jack love Fraggle Rock."
I specifically am totally on board with naming this kid Pepper, so I could scream at her for the last time, Pepper, no. All the time.
I was thinking, I mean, I'm way farther off, but I've always liked the name McKaylee, spelled MACKAYLEIGH.
Whoa, that's crazy. You know, that's a joke to you, but there's dozens of women named that here in this very city right now.
I was about to say, that's like one of the most common names in Poncho's area.
Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
All those Brysons, all the McKayleys.
What'd you guys do this week? Anything cool?
Rick, you go.
I didn't do a damn thing,
Hell
man. I've been just doing the same old 2-step.
Yeah, other than the relatives, there was something. Oh my gosh. I feel like there was something. Oh, I entered a Magic tournament. Magic the Gathering.
Oh, sorry,
Yes,
Magic
sir.
the Gathering. I got too excited for a second.
He thought you were at the fucking. He thought you were at the House of Magic in LA, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's going for it. He wants to join the house."
The Magic Castle.
The Magic Castle.
That's what I said.
No, I was at a friend of mine was in town, and he like lives like in Big Bear, like up in the mountains here. So he spent the night before, so he wouldn't have to drive in the evening. And he was leaving in the morning. And then when he went out to his car to leave in the morning, some jackass or perhaps a crackhead had taken a bat to his driver's side window, the mirror.
Ooh.
So it's technically illegal for him to drive, the 2 or so hours up to Big Bear without that. So he had to put his car into service, and then we spent the day together and just went to like a Magic shop because he plays too. And then we come to find out, we're doing a modern tournament later today. You guys should come through. I'm like, oh shit, cool. So we went, wolfed down some pasta, and then went back and got our asses handed to us by fucking teenagers.
That's sick.
Oh yeah. It's like that time that Hank and the boys went paintballing.
That's true.
Yeah, it was a lot like that. But it was fun. I placed. My friend got last place, dead last, out of 16. Actually, out of 15, and I got 9th place.
Whoa.
Because my second round, I had no opponent, so I automatically passed to the third round.
That's great. No Boggle playing chicken for you or anything like that. Just
no, nothing. Just I got the bye, and that was cool. I mean, it was fun to just see. How other people play, and it's wildly incomprehensible. It's so hard to follow what some of these decks do. I see Fat Man Dude rocks an Eldrazi deck.
Whoa.
You son of a gun.
Let's go.
Yeah, I do something similar. Like every once in a while, I'll like tell my friends like, dude, let's go to Friday Night Magic. Then we go to Friday Night Magic. Then we get fucked up. And then we're like, yeah. Every time we look at each other and say the same thing, like, this isn't the same anymore. And then we still do it later on.
Well, I messed up because it was modern. It was modern format. Modern is like 20 years worth of cards, and I was rocking a standard deck. And standard, being standard legal, is like the last 2 years of cards. Yeah. So yeah, I came in at a wild disadvantage. It was cool though.
Be like that.
Yeah. Boog has just joined us. Hello, Mr. Nice. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Anyway, that's what happened. Now I'm about to exact revenge on these teenagers next time.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Anyway, should we?
I took some photos this week. That's all I did.
Sick.
I was liking that, man. I was seeing a lot of Boog's favorite shots. Every time I watch Poncho's stories, I can't tell you how much they fill me up with joy, knowing that whenever Boog sees the slide and it's just the figures in Poncho's fucking hands, he's like this son of a bitch. every time I see the figures in Poncho's hands, I'm like, oh my god, this poor man is sick of this shit.
Whenever I see Poncho's photos, they fill me up with chicken joy.
Whoa, that's great.
Ooh, 3-piece spicy chicken joy. Okay.
I'm saying.
When is Charleston gonna get a fucking Jollibee? Please.
somewhere in NC, baby. What's going on?
I know. It's unbelievable. So let's you want to jump right into highlights real quick?
Let's get right into the highlights, Poncho. Great idea.
Yeah, great. Hey, I'm hearing we should get right into the highlights.
I wish I had that idea. Anyway, we're gonna start right away with number 1. Hey.
Boom. So this is something I was talking about last week. So this was the picture where we thought we were thinking about the same thing. But it's not. So this is more of like a hybrid, like a highlight / what to grind on. So basically, because he specifically asked for what to grind on. So first of all, let's do some what to grind on real quick, since this guy specifically asked for it.
Okay.
My biggest thing was I would just add more lights to this, and then maybe just add more lights to this, and then use your settings to make it darker, just because it's just a little soft around some areas, and I think some more light would really help just make things more sharp. And then also I would kind of skew your background maybe a little bit more, just so it's not at an angle, because once it's at an angle like that, especially backgrounds that have like printed 3D things on it, like these amps and whatnot, it kind of like breaks the illusion of it being 3D. And then kind of push it back maybe a little bit more. They're a little too close to these guys. Maybe create some more depth or whatever. What are you thinking?
I think you should just add a few more people. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey.
You know, I'm surprised nobody's saying the biggest issue is that homie in the back should be a little more towards the left. He's just getting blocked off by that hand.
Yeah, all of these guys should honestly be a little more like spread out. Like you could have this dude a little more over here, and then this dude a little more over here, or even maybe even this guy up here, kind of closer to the mic stand. That way you get like a nice steps in the background, middle ground, foreground dudes. And yeah, some more crowd would help. And then as far as the lighting goes, yeah, you need to. It is a little soft up here, especially because you can kind of see like the corrugation in the cardboard back here. But yeah, just him getting blocked off is like the first thing I noticed too.
Yeah, I think that adding more light is a great idea to, and to play with the settings, but maybe a different color light too, to kind of like give them a little rim light and some highlights and stuff too.
You can tell he kind of has like a green light off to the left a little bit here, because you can see shades of green on the drum set, and then on this like pipe microphone stand, you can see like little hints of green rim lighting too. Maybe push that a little closer to these guys so you could get like a brighter green, you know?
Yeah, and maybe from both directions too.
Oh, for sure. But yeah,
But,
crowd work is probably the biggest thing. If there's a gap, if you can see like any part of the stage, like underneath where the crowd starts, then just fill the gap with more people.
Yeah, and the whole crowd should be Mezco figures too. That's just me though.
That's very funny. But I mean, if he plays with the depth, as far as the background, he can play with the foreground too, and just really put the focus square on the band, and that won't matter. I just think the people in the front should be a little more blurred, and maybe a little more variety. You got like 3 muscle dudes right there.
Yeah, just spread them out. You know, like
Ladies like punk music too. Just saying.
But yeah, I think in terms of like highlights, I think the poses on these guys are all really great. The band members in particular, very dynamic, very nice. Like,
and also bold of him to continue to use the dude with the leather pants and the drum seat.
My God.
All right, hell yeah, that was Deli K. Dell. Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
AKA Shaolin Fantastic.
Yeah, Shaolin
Oh,
Fantastic.
this is Shaolin Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Cool. What about, whoa. Spider-Man.
Oh,
I
King
mean,
B.
wham.
King B again, second week in a row, dude. He killed it with this
Oh
one.
my God.
My liege.
I saw him workshopping this on Instagram, actually, on one of his stories. Like, he was just posing these dudes up, just on the table, just messing with some different poses and whatnot, and it's cool to see the whole thing come together. But
Is this... I think this is a 12 world set right here, if I recognize this railing.
well, put it under the microscope, Fabio.
Break it down.
Because if I did do magic for real, I would definitely expose how all the tricks were done.
You'd be like the Tony Magician with the freaky face mask with a Fox special hour long. But yeah, man, the colors really pop on this. The pose is super dynamic. I almost think that Shocker really isn't needed in here. It's nice that he's here for sure, but like, you honestly could have left him out and it would have been just as nice.
Yeah, I think that Shocker in this real sort of dynamic context, like whatever he did to Shocker would have been off panel. It would have already happened somewhere else. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It just seems like maybe not enough time to like do everything. I mean, Spider-Man's fast, but yeah, I agree. I don't, sometimes less is more.
True.
This reminds me of like a TikTok or something I saw of like a clip of somebody playing the Spider-Man game, and it's just them like juggling a thug with like all the web
it's
attacks
not that serious.
in midair. Yeah, exactly. For like 3 whole minutes of just juggling the dude in midair. It's awesome.
I think everybody did that when that game came out, because like I think I maxed out the combos maxed out at 999 because I was just trying to see how far it went. It just maxed out at 999.
Did you find Uncle Ben's killer?
No.
Yeah, what about Uncle Ben? Did you give him a chance? Buddy, this is a fucking stick up. What are you doing?
See ya, chump. Yeah, this is great. I see a little Mezco action right here with the face web. I'm just saying. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that from Mezco? Legends has the same sort
That's
of
true. Legends does have that.
Is this the Legends one? I don't know. This looks like the Mezco one, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't. I don't know. I you know what? You might be right. I think the Legends one has a little more like gaps in it. Like it's a little less.
Yeah, it's not a solid web.
Oh, and Cap Lives in the chat is actually bringing up something I was going to say. I feel like Shocker is playing some role in here in obscuring something, or maybe holding, like, weighing down a stand or an effect or something.
True.
That isn't like totally evident just from the photo, but there's got to be a reason he put him there.
Very true.
Looks great.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Another cool thing about King B is like he's really good at flight stand hiding and like in plain sight like hiding as well. Like you can clearly see the flight stand right here underneath his box, but like just the way he has it blended in with like the darker shades and the tentacles and stuff, it's hidden in plain sight, which is pretty tight. So he's really good at that.
Or it could even be part of the railing or something, you know.
For
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's getting railed.
No.
What? Isn't that what we said?
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Up next.
Oh, let's go. Brandon in the mix, doing it big.
He fucking is.
Brandon also another one of those guys where he just, puts out the highest level of photography every single week. So it's hard to find the caliber at what he's posting is so high that it's kind of hard to highlight, if that makes any sense. But I wanted to highlight this because of it's very exceptional cutout blending happening here. It's just very, very good. Like the best thing here is how he has this cutout of this officer right here next to the female officer figure, but it's a cutout of an officer that doesn't have any defining features. It's the back of his head or anything. And it's fudged just enough to where it kind of tricks your brain into thinking that, either, this cutout and this figure both belong in the same place. It's interesting. It's what a lot of directors used to do in the early 2000s, Sam Raimi especially. Whenever they had CGI shots, they would start it and finish it with real shots, and the CGI would be right in the middle. If Spider-Man was falling down an alleyway or something, it would just be the CG, and then he would get up, but it's actually Tobey Maguire getting up. So just really nice, in between, nice layering of cutouts, real figures, cutouts, real figure. And it's just really nice. And I think Brandon absolutely nailed it with the perfect amount of blur on this Two-Face in the foreground. I think it's so easy for a lot of photographers to just go overboard with the amount of blur that a character has in the foreground or background. A lot of it has to do with the certain lens you have, or if you're not too familiar with the certain kit you have, or you're just learning it or whatnot. But Brandon just he just killed it. I think this is the perfect amount of blur. You can totally tell who he is, but it just has a really nice cinematic depth of field. So he killed it with this.
I want to believe that this cop right here, on top of Two-Face just getting beat up by Batman, getting stretchered out, he's also receiving a ticket. He's getting a citation on his way out.
A citation. Your taillight's out too.
Yeah, this is great. Really,
I like
really
a lot.
pop of color.
Probably my only critique would be just to maybe lower the light just a little bit. This show was real kind of seedy and I don't know. I think he's getting maybe just a little bit too much light, even though it's the capture scene and it would be lights from the cars and stuff like that. I don't know. It just seems like it could be just a little dimmer, but this highlights the need for, well, I guess we're not going to get it now because this line is pretty much done, right? But nice for
McFarlane's got you. Don't worry.
No, it would have been nice for a cop army builder for these, but this is pure A.C.B.A. right here, though. That is fine. No doubt.
Like it. Love it.
Beautiful.
Gotta have it.
There we go.
How about this one?
This one is Martin J. Flood. What Up Danger? Great username. Like we said last week, something that always sticks out is a great angle. And this is really nice. Very creative angle. Very, very nice. I love the pose on Hammerhead here. Just kind of very casually getting out of the car, getting into the car, whatever have you. And the lighting is on point. Everything is just very, very nice. The only thing that I would say is that Spider-Man is a little too out of focus right here.
I would agree. Yeah.
To the point where when I first saw this in the feed, I thought it was maybe a Daredevil or something, but I'm just an idiot. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a problem for me. But
no, I thought it was Daredevil at first too. So, yeah.
Great. Okay. Tight. But
is that a Bratz car?
It's gotta be a Bratz car.
It's the caddy.
Yeah, there's multiple colors of that car, I believe.
That's your tip. That's your cool tip for the week. Bratz cars, baby.
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah, if you look at the B side, where the Spider-Man is in focus, that's when I realized, like, oh shit, that's Spider-Man. All right, tight.
Yeah,
Cool.
but that's how you can tell it's definitely too out of focus, because now you can't really tell what the heck's going on down here.
Yeah, and if you look at his C side, a lot of it has to do with just the position of his camera in the space of like the whole setup. Sometimes if you like put your camera too close to the figures and if your camera is too close to your display, it's harder for you to capture the entire thing in the same focal length unless your f-stop is like cranked up to like an insane high number. It's wild. So if you can check out the C side, you can see just how close his camera is to his setup. I think it's in his V side. And his V side is really nice too. Like this whole new, so you can see his camera right there. Like this whole new like scene of like showing off your BTS on like TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff. I think that stuff is so tight, so cool. But yeah, you can see that you saw this camera was so close. And then you can have your setup. You can have a setup like that. You just have to have like the right lens for it, just like the right equipment. But he killed it, man. The angle was great. The lighting was great. The posing was on point. I just wish that the Spider-Man was a little bit more in focus. That's it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. How about we move on to this one?
Let's go. Marlo Demo Os. We've highlighted his photo before. The last photo that we highlighted was another Fison photo. I think it's this guy's specialty for sure.
Ooh.
We said it the last time, but like he's really good at these Fison photos and setting up a scene and like most importantly setting a mood for sure. It really blurs the line between what is traditionally seen as like just toy photography or like I scrolled through this on my feed and I thought it was just like some girl I knew. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, tight. And I was like, who is sharing a photo like this? Why are you doing this? And then I was like, oh, it's A.C.B.A. All right, tight. Cool.
Thought to yourself for a second, this must be one of South Carolina's finest.
Yeah, I was like, who's feeling themselves on a Thursday afternoon? It's crazy.
This is a good way to address what I think is a lot of people's complaints with these, like the heads that they come with, and some of the like the licensed figures that are made on the Fison bodies. They always have very like dead eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that works when she's just staring blankly ahead.
It's very true.
Making her way through the crowd. Well, not here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he always does a really good job of creating a certain mood and a certain tone, and his photos always look really good. I would take a little toothbrush though and brush the hair of the Fison dog.
That's true. Could do it. She could be at her wit's end, Boog. You don't know.
Like
just a little brush.
That's it. All right. I think there's two more.
Yes, sir. Whoa. Everybody's favorite Spoderman.
That's it. G Prime 1. Killing it. The pose in here is
man.
just so good. It's unreal. This is a photo I would show somebody if somebody is like on their Hasbro haterade and they're just saying that like you can't hit like dynamic poses with a Hasbro Spider-Man. Just show them this shit. It's over. It's a lock.
Yeah, that's one of the best 4 points I've ever seen.
It's really good. And like just a simple setup. It's a very creative, like very creative framing right here. He's still using the rule of thirds, but he's like the lower left type thing. He could have very easily just centered the whole thing. But I really like when people play with like rules of thirds like this. It's just really cool. Yeah. The lighting is very nice. He's using I don't know if he has his settings on here, but like he's just shooting it. It looks like he's shooting it like a crazy low ISO with like a really nice high shutter speed to get that rain to like kind of freeze like that in the air, but still look kind of misty like that. It's very nice. It's very, very nice.
with
Yeah, the
this.
pose is everything on this one. This is one of those where, you get a sick pose and then you just put them in a setting, and it doesn't really have to be anything crazy either, because the pose is everything. I honestly kind of like the B-side just a little bit more, because you can see him just a little clearer. Like, there's fewer shadows at like the different points where the articulation breaks up. Like you can see right here on the butterfly joint.
Mhm.
You don't get that quite as much on that's the B side, wherever it is, and it actually continues the pattern on the spider pretty cleanly.
It's very nice.
Yeah,
But I
agree.
see that it is a little bit too red too, especially like on the feet and stuff. But either way, both of them are great. Here's the seaside. Oh, there's like a web on the window too. That's cool. A Mezco? No, that's not a Mezco web. That's the old.
I see your face
Spider-Man
everywhere.
2. Everywhere I go, I'm reminded of her. All right, dope. Love it. One more.
Let's go.
Hey,
Harold in the mix, the Titan Master himself. This was so good. The display alone, just the level of depth that he was able to create, just building out this whole city is unbelievable, and the symmetry is unmatched. It's very, very, very good. Running out of adjectives here, but like it's just it's everything about it is just sick. Like,
is this man a real city planner? Because this is clean.
why stop at an architect? I want to be a city planner.
No.
You said you wanted to be an architect.
We agreed on architect.
But yeah, man, I just love the way Harold created just real verticality here, especially with the two buildings up in front. You can just tell this is like a crazy sprawling city, very classic Toku kaiju type things where you would see just robots just like dishing it out. It's really good. The only thing I would say is like you can kind of get a sense that they're smaller figures because the wisps in like the fog are very defined. Maybe if you just set it at like a slower shutter speed to where you could get that really nice like smooth rolling like mist and stuff to where it wouldn't be so defined like that, then it would maybe be a little better. But of course, this could just be like a stylistic choice and whatnot. There's plenty of anime out there where you see, fog just like this. So it's incredible. It's so good. Harold killed it, man. He's always.
Yeah, and this whole like cloud. This really looks like a rising sun, like a real kind of misty morning.
True. And now that I'm thinking about it, the way that he has this fog captured almost makes it look like steam rising off the ground, and in that sense it nails it 100%. This looks more like steam coming off the ground versus like a mist rolling in. So if that's what he was going for, then he absolutely killed it.
Yep, Harold's very consistent, always putting out heat, very rarely putting out a dud. Yeah, I saw this past week. This stood out to me too. Good pick.
Very good.
Good pick.
All good picks. Congrats to
Yeah,
everybody featured. Everybody got their bump ski. Everybody's getting their like ski.
That's it.
Congrats to all those featured.
That's it. All right. So let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about this HasLab.
Let's talk about the $350 elephant in the room.
The audience is on the fucking edge of their seats. Like, yeah. Those pictures are nice, guys. What's going on with this rider?
While you pull up, while you get that stuff set up, Kyle Howes hit us with $5 earlier in the show. He said, "Whenever I see Poncho's photos, I am filled with." Nah, this is a family stream. Can't say that. Say it. Just go ahead and say it.
That could
No,
mean
I can't
anything.
say that. Why not? Say it.
Ew.
All right, type Boog. Let it to those not in the loop. Fill us in. What happened this afternoon in terms of HasLab?
Give me 2 seconds.
They're on the literal edge of their seat.
Sorry, guys. This whole time I was trying to eat dinner.
I held my breath that entire time. Just saying.
So Hasbro had their fan stream today, dedicated solely to the HasLab. I thought they might actually talk about something else, but there really was no time. It was like a very, a very packed sort of live stream. They got in and out. They told you everything that you needed to know. Is this the first time that they did a live stream completely dedicated to the HasLab?
Well, Dan and pretty much the whole crew last week made the statement like, we're not talking about anything else. We're only talking about the HasLab. But don't get
I
your
think they
hopes
did
up
it
that
for
we're revealing
Galactus. I
anything.
feel like they've done this before.
Yeah, I believe Galactus and I think even Sentinel had the same treatment. But they made it a point, just to not get people's hopes up, to tell them that, like, yeah, we're not talking about anything else except for the HasLab on this stream.
Yeah, and shout out to Kev toying around. Dan was actually on his show last night, so he did apparently give a few little teasers and hints as to what was going to come today. But the stream was at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and as everybody expected, it's HasLab centered around the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider character and his Hell Charger, which is basically old. It's supposed to be modeled. I was talking to a lot of people today, so I got a lot of shit to say. But apparently, this is supposed to be modeled after a 1969 Dodge.
Nice.
But according to Solid Snake, shout out to Ant, he said they used the 1968 grill and did a 1969 rear lights that look wrong. The 1969 grill has a divider in the middle with hideaway lights, and also that the wheels are wrong. Now, I mean, I'm not a car buff. I fucking hate driving. But any of you people out there that know about cars or know anything about cars, then you might chime in regards to that. But yeah, so the base offering is the car, all of the flame effects and accessories, the figure, which also has a flame effect in the head that can be lit up when you put them in a car through some LEDs in the headrest. There's LEDs for the tires, the grill, on the hood. You can swap it out where it looks like it's driving on fire and flamed up, or it could just be a regular car. You have that option. You get the weapons. Supposedly it's a real chain on one of his weapons here. The doors open, the trunk opens. I think the hood might open as well. There's some fine details on the inside of the car. Now, to me, everything looks very good. I think the figure looks good. They did say something about an early bird special as far as you getting a powered down version of Robbie Reyes. New head sculpt there, and new legs and boots, I believe Dwight said. So the whole deal with the early bird special is that if they get to 9,000 backers before the 24th, they said. I think it's a week out from
Yeah, it's a
today.
week. Yeah.
Whatever that is, then you will get, the base offering along with the powered down Robbie Reyes figure. Now, is that worth the price of admission here? This is $349.99 at the base price for you to back this. That's what it is. We don't know what any of the tiers are yet, although it's rumored that, not even rumored, I know for sure that the other tiers are just additional figures, probably some figures that we haven't had in the life of the Marvel Legends line, probably going to officially be exclusive to this offering. So let's say there's 3 more tiers. Let's say there's 3 more figures. Would that mean that when this is all said and done, it'll be 5 figures, the car and the effects? If that's what we are to assume, then is that worth $350? 300 and like 60 or 70 or 80 with tax and shipping. They're gonna have a little teaser here at the end of Mephisto. This might be our opportunity to get Mephisto. A lot of people are not really happy about that, being that it's locked behind a backer project. But the real question here is the price. There's a lot of people not happy with the price, but apparently there's a lot of people that don't really give a fuck about the price, because as of right now, it's almost at it might be over 3,000 backers already, right? Where we
It
at?
might be.
Just under
was-
3,000.
It was close, like right before the show.
It's just
All
under
right.
3,000.
All right, so we at 2850 right now. First day, the first, almost 12 hours. We'll be at 12 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, let's talk about it. What do you guys think is the true value of this? And by comparison, or by contrast, you have the Mattel. What is that? Mattel Creations. What's the site?
Yeah,
Mattel Creations.
So they put out 2 versions of an RC Batmobile from this most recent Batman movie. I believe the more expensive version was $250. Am I right about that?
$239.
$239. So the
Well,
more
that
expensive
239
version.
was the BVS one.
You sure?
Yeah.
Dallas, I thought Dallas just made a post today telling us, comparing it to the price of this.
Yeah, but this is the Justice League Batmobile. That was 230 when it came out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that one was 230, and that's a true.
I don't know that there ever was a second version of the Mattel Creations one. Because I ordered the Mattel Creations one. There was only ever one option.
All right. So that was the $100 option, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have that in hand, or you still didn't get it?
No, I'm still waiting for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat that has that in hand? I did speak to one person that has it and was pretty happy with it. But I mean, by comparison, it's a very similar looking car, the body. But again, this is an RC version that you got here for a little over $100. Not a lot of effects and accessories, and no figure included with this.
But it does have lights and sounds.
And
It
it's
does have
RC,
lights
isn't it?
Okay, yeah, and it's RC.
Yeah.
So again, by comparison, you look at that, $100. Is everything that you're going to get with this HasLab worth another $250, $300 almost? That is the question. Now, I am a lifelong collector. Been doing this as far as like YouTube and Instagram and all of that stuff for the past 13 years. And 13 years ago, I was just a dude just dreaming about these moments, basically, just having an abundance of figures with great accessories and articulation and paint apps, and being able to kind of dive into this world of toy photography based on my love of comic books and trying to recreate those scenes and stuff like that. And we here now, like we at that moment, like we are in a great time to be collectors. And I think that sometimes that shit gets overshadowed with a lot of like negativity and a lot of just like, I don't know what people really want at the end of the day. But me personally, I'm having a time in my life, like doing this stuff and talking about it and taking pictures and, doing all of this stuff. So I'm saying all of that to say that this is my hobby. This is my pastime. This is my thing that I do as a luxury exercise to escape the real world. And I don't really have a ceiling on that in terms of my happiness and what I'm going to pay for. If I was buying a diorama from a builder, and anybody has dealt with me in terms of dioramas, they could attest to this. I never haggle on prices. Whatever the creator says they want or whatever it's worth, then They give me a price and I'll pay it, or I won't pay it, or whatever. There really has been no time where I wanted some piece from a builder and they quoted a price and I said nah. So that's never really happened. So I mean, again, it's different. This is not food. It's not water. It's not some shit that you need to survive. It's literally a luxury item. It's a toy. It is what it is. If you can afford it, then you can. But then you do that. But if you can't, then just say, yo, I can't afford this. This shit is not in my budget. But to like take it to the level that some of these people are taking it to, and like all of this like vitriol and hate and just like, yo, Hasbro is a corporation. No corporation is your friend. Like, I'm not really on the side of the corporation. I'm just on the side of my like happiness and like what I want for me, and it is what it is. If I don't feel like it's worth it, then I could tap out. It's not something that I need to survive. But saying all of that, still to say that I do think this is a little overpriced, though. I think that the base price probably should have been somewhere around 250, 275 tops. I think that they could have done all of this for that price. This is not something that would even be able to sell on a store shelf at that price. And somebody made that a comment similar to that on my Instagram, and of course Hasbro knows that, and that's the game, that's the hustle. It is what it is. But I do think it's overpriced, but I do like it a lot, and I like where we are in terms of collecting. And I'm a Marvel head through and through. I'm a Marvel Legends collector through and through, and that's just what it is. But this is expensive, and if you can't afford it, then you shouldn't fuck with it. And if you think that Hasbro is getting over or it's not a deal for you, then don't support it. Like it is what it is. Yeah, I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts though. Like I'm just talking, but
Yeah.
I'll-
This is really high, man. I understand where people are coming from. Like I just had like the longest back and forth blowing up Poncho's DMs with fucking David Walton, and like I understand the whole well, if you value every single figure that you're gonna get at $30, then but I don't value them at $30. That's my issue that I have too. Is that I just don't value them at that. Obviously that is their current retail price now. It's 31, whatever it may be, 31.49, whatever it is. But I just don't value them at that. So it's really hard to see that value and like be told like, yeah, well, there's more things to unlock. There's probably gonna be like 4 figures. Like, yeah, but I don't value them at $30 a piece. So it's kind of it's rough. It's rough, man.
As I was saying to Rick before the show started too, that goes, take that thought process a little further. For me, I don't care about the figures at all, regardless of the value. So even if I am valuing them at what is their current price, let's say 25 to 30, but 30 for the sake of argument here, just to keep the math simple. If you get this figure, you get the early bird figure, $60 right there. At least 2 more figures are the stretch goals. One was teased as the Mephisto at the end of the trailer here, and then maybe 1 more. They did confirm all of the stretch goals will be additional figures. So if the total number when it's said and done is, let's say, 4 figures at $30 each, then that's 120 on the figures, bringing the value of the car down to 230. That's still a little high for me as someone who doesn't care about the figures at all. I just want the car if I want anything from this, because I don't collect Marvel Legends figures. So for me, I would just want the car, and just for that, 230 is still kind of a lot for me.
we established that 230 was the RC Batmobile original price, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's RC. So this would have to be.
And the RC one also had lights and sounds, and the feature where you can put the what's it called, like the dry ice or whatever in the bag.
Yeah,
so
it was like a little
coming out the exhaust.
Yeah, it was like a little liquid solution that you could drop in there so it could have smoke.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that the like RC factor of the Batmobile, it really wasn't much to write home about, and the lights you couldn't really like control them in the best way. It was just like on or off. It wasn't crazy, but again, that's $239. There was an app You could use your phone to move the car. It was the lights, it was the smoke, and whatever the case may be. So for this to be almost on equal footing with the RC, then this would have to have some type of RC feature or some smoking feature or some sounds or something like that.
Yeah, just a bunch of plastic effects does really nothing for me. I like that they went with the translucence so that you can get the lighting effects coming through the tires and all that. All that is great, but it's not, I don't know, enough, I guess.
Nick's Figs hit us with $5 saying, if you want it, get it. If it's too much, then don't get it and move along. At the end of the day, the true villain is the companies not raising our pay. He's right. He's right. Many members of this exact panel have said similar things. If you don't like it, then just move along. I will go back.
Wait. I just wanted to clarify something. He said the company, like our jobs.
Yes,
like,
our jobs. Yeah, not paying us enough. Yeah. But I will say, going back to what you said earlier, Boog, when you said people were mad, they were upset, and then you asked the question, what more do they want? I think the real bottom line is people want this figure at an affordable price. Like, that's literally it. Like, I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody thinks that this is incredible. Everybody thinks this is a really good looking figure, and the stuff you get with it is awesome. And like the stretch goals could be cool too. And like the ability to turn it into like a regular car. That way it has more options for more displays and not just a Ghost Rider display. You can just basically pair it up with any line. All of that is like dream territory stuff. But I think what people really want is just a fairer price point for this type of stuff. Like we've been saying for the last 10 minutes, comparing it to other vehicles from other companies. It's just way more than that. And not to mention, like, of course, like the Batmobile had like RC components and stuff. But like the R&D required to develop an app is very expensive as well. So the value of that just keeps on rising more and more. And even if you want to compare it to the newer Batmobile, even though like it doesn't have as many features, like the car can't recline back and forth, or sorry, the chair can't recline back or forth, the shifter can't move or whatever. But when it comes down to bare minimum details, it has the same amount of deco and sculpt in the interior of the car as this one as well. So I understand where people are coming from, where they're thinking that based on the other options we have in terms of 1/12 scale vehicles on the market, this just seems a little high. And we've speculated before that when it comes to these HasLabs, that the price you have to pay has all the stretch goals already baked into it already.
Right.
It's not like a situation where you're crowdfunding like an album or like a video game or something where it's a baseline $60 and like these other features don't cost you anything. When you're paying for these HasLabs, it's with all of these other features that have yet to be announced, not revealed yet. So the sticker shock already is astronomical because you're seeing $350 for basically a car and a figure. And then if enough of your friends and your fellow community members back this in the matter of 1 week, then you get a whole nother figure. So in that sense, I can understand why people are a little upset, or a lot of upset. I think it's just the reality of just getting simply priced out of your hobby. Like, I think the last 2 years have been very like draining for like domestic collectors, especially Marvel Legend collectors, just with the price hikes and everything like that. Of course, there's price hikes everywhere, but like that stacked on top of everything. And then the fact also that the Sentinel was such a phenomenal value at that price point, it's almost as if like they think that maybe they charged not enough for the Sentinel, and they're like, we gotta like reel it back or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's not. It's that could quite literally be part of it. And listen, at the corporate level, I'm sure there's some elements of greediness and just like, just the gluttony of it all with corporations. Now, I think that a lot of people's anger is misplaced oftentimes, though, with the marketing team and
for sure. Yeah, so
forget the figures and shit like that. So
yeah,
like
the marketing team doesn't make up the prices. The marketing team is only job is to like sell you this shit, dude.
right,
Like that's their
to make
only
you wanna buy
job.
it.
Yeah,
They
they're
don't
the
do
ones that make
anything.
the pill easier to swallow.
Yeah, like their job is to make you feel better about spending $350 on this figure. They're on this HasLab. That's it. They don't
But, yeah,
they don't set the price. They don't design the figures. They don't choose what comes in it or anything like that. Maybe they do. Maybe there's some things like that. But like, I agree with you, man. Like the misplaced like anger towards these guys as individuals, that's got to go.
Yeah, it's never made any sense. It's always funny when it doesn't matter what it is happens that doesn't go the majority's way, and it's always like one of the three's name being thrown out there. It's because of this fucking guy. Like,
right.
man, this guy has no real power. Like, he's just doing his job, bro. You think this dude has the power to make those decisions? Which shout out to fucking Dan last night. Let us know he was trying to fulfill our dreams. When Hasbro owned Death Row, he said that he was pleading the case for a Death Row wave for months, and it was falling on deaf ears, man.
Oh man,
See,
wow.
they're trying, man. They're trying.
To touch on what you were saying about being priced out of the hobby, yeah, that's the fucked up part. But also, we got to realize too that like it's two things. It's the fact that shit costs more, that everything is inflated around the world right now. So again, a luxury item, you got to start making some sacrifices and some decisions. Like, do you want to fucking eat or do you want the HasLab? You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
yeah, it's fucked up, but like that's the way it is. And going back to whoever just sent the super chat in, like, yo, we got to get paid more. You know, so that does lend to some people just being mad at Hasbro on the corporate level and just being mad at corporations and shit like that. I do get that, but like, I don't know. I don't know what. I find it kind of strange and like futile to like be rallying against some shit like this. Like, you know what I mean? To be like, all right, nah, we can't support this. We gotta fucking boycott Hasbro and shit like that. Like, nah, there's like people that don't have fucking water in Mississippi right now. Like, if we're gonna put our powers together, it's gonna be for some real shit, not for some like luxury item shit that we just want to like play with. Like, I don't know. I just find this shit like I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
get your priorities in order. Like, what's it gonna be?
You know, one thing that would be nice for them to do, I feel like I'm a fucking broken record, whether it's Hasbro, I guess, or Mezco. It'd be nice if these fucking companies were charging these prices and they gave us like different types of payment options. You know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like I know people like I swear to God I know I think 10 different accounts I can tell you off the top of my head that run little bootleg anime clothing stores that have things like Klarna and like Shop Pay and stuff like that. Like it doesn't if those guys that I know can afford to do something like that, like Hasbro and Mezco, they can afford to do the same thing. And if you're going to be charging these high prices, like give people options for payment plans. You know, nobody over at Sideshow expects anybody to pay $1,000 for a statue from the Jump or to collect all these hot toys and pay the $300 to $400 each hot toy every single time that the pre-order goes up. You know, I don't think it's reasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable to ask for them to like help people out a little bit, meet us halfway. You know, these going to be the price you're going to charge, then it is what it is. But you know, give people that
That
option.
is a very good point that we brought up on here before, that you brought up here before. So yeah, a whole sort of like flex pay payment option situation would be very good, and I think it would get more people to get involved if that was the case. But I don't know. Is that corporate greed? Is that just like, oh no, we're not fucking with that. We want the money now, and we want all the money or nothing. Like, we're not working with you on that. So
I think
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of that is also
Hasbro's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They could open up their whole entire new credit union if they really wanted to.
Yeah, and it's also strange because those intermediary companies like Klarna and Zat and Sezzle and all those places, they all pay Hasbro up front. The people we have to pay back is those companies. So they would
Exactly.
technically still get the money when the orders go through.
Right. Got you. Yeah.
Fat Man hit us with 5, saying something a lot of people are echoing. How come Robbie does not come with butterfly joints or toe joints? He also said NECA TMNT van is $250 and it does similar stuff. Robbie even has the ugly mid torso cut. Incredible. But yeah, I have heard a lot of people say that, like, why isn't this figure more articulated? Like, why is it on the bare minimum buck, to be quite honest?
Or, I mean, the buck is new, but on that bare minimum, like, articulation scheme.
Range of movement. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Exactly. It should have that double, you know, whatever the new Spider-Man has, where it's the diaphragm, but also, like, the lower ab crunch and everything.
Yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't have him as as flexible as, like, a Spider-Man or something, but at the very least, like, I feel like butterfly joints is like that's got to be like bare minimum when you're making figures in like 2022. Like, I don't know, just make it feel premium. This is a premium, like you said, Boog, a premium luxury item. You know, it's just kind of weird at the end of the day that you're still not getting butterfly joints or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, especially if it won't go into production technically until this is funded.
Yeah, and for somebody who has to press a gas pedal, you know, the toe joints make sense.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the box will feature butterfly joints. It's fucked up.
And the other thing I'm wondering too, because it's not made clear on the page, is are these rubber tires?
That was a low blow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they mentioned that the tires were rubber and that it rolled and stuff like that. Because remember, the Bone Breaker Build-A-Figure, that's what everybody was kind of pissed at with that particular figure, was that it didn't actually roll at all. So
yeah, and then they did mention on the stream too that the front wheels do not they're not like attached to like a real steering column, so you have to move the wheels independent of each other.
Yeah, I mean that's whatever. That doesn't bother me.
350, like, it should function like a real car, right?
I think that is the point where, like, I put the pitchforks down. Like, if it's not on an axle, like, I really couldn't care less. If as long as they move, I mean, I'm fine.
But if they're touting that it's, you know, authentic detailing, that feels like a pretty authentic.
That is
detail.
true. That is true.
You know what? I don't actually like toy cars like that, because when you want to, like, do something display wise and you want to turn the handlebar or something like that, then the wheel is turning as well. Like with the motorcycles, if it was a car in a situation where you would turn in the wheel and the wheels were turning, it would be more difficult to do certain displays and stuff like that. I found it not good in the past. I know that's a minor thing, but it is what it is.
That's it. Pandela Los Muertos hit us with 5, saying, I got 2. One to rock and one to stock. JK, help me, I'm poor. Incredible. Xander Dumas also hit us with 2, saying, if you back the Thunder Tank and you got this, you got it good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. My best friend is like a huge casual with Marvel Legends, and he fucking messed with me. I got 2. I was like, what the fuck? You?
We didn't really compare it to other HasLabs too. So
yeah, I was gonna say too, because Kyle Howes hit us with 5. He said Hasbro messed up when they made this about Ghost Rider and not Dom Toretto.
Exactly.
Power of Family would fund this instantly. Yeah. And I was looking at this too, being like, oh man, I kind of do want it because I got the custom Dom Toretto that needs a ride, you know? And I would 100% want it just for that, or for the Pink Skull's car, the Queen, you know? Just put some Pink Skull stickers and decals or whatever on it. Boom.
Of course. It always comes back to that.
Useless for me. That's why I don't care about the value of the figures themselves too, because I wouldn't be using it for Marvel Legends figures. I would just want this 1/12 scale, you know, Dodge Challengers.
Well, listen, if you think about it as an investment and something like that, and you personally, Fabio, like, you could get the car and sell off all of that shit, and it'll really be worth it for you. Like, you could sell off your figures and all of the other shit that you don't want, and
it's very true.
You'll probably be making a profit at the end of the day, and the car will end up being free and shit. So that goes for everybody. I mean, collecting, you playing the game, you hustling as well. Everybody's doing any number of things they can to make their hobby cheaper.
If he changes his mind, he could always resell it too. All of these HasLabs go for way over retail.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's that too. So again, like, it could be a small investment. But yeah, comparing this to the Razor Crest, which was the same price, right? Razor Crest was $350.
Was it?
Am I bugging?
If it was, that's
I don't know.
insane.
That Sentinel was $350.
Sentinel was $350. Galactus was $399.
Yikes.
While you look that up, John P hit us with 5 earlier in the show. He said, "What's up, y'all? I feel like they could have made it cheaper by making the minimum amount of backers more than 9,000. For sure, I think so too.
Yeah, Razor Crest was $349 as well, with fewer backers.
Oh,
Like the initial goal.
curious. Xander DeMoss. Sorry, I already read that one. My fault. There's one more. John also hit us with 5 more. He said they touted all that detail, but the grille and headlight are highly lacking. Says he. Yes, people earlier in the chat were saying that there are some details that aren't really quite up to snuff with this one as well.
Yeah, I know during the live stream they said that they kept it clear because they wanted that fire to come through the grill. But you know what? If we're already paying this price, like, wouldn't it hurt to give us a replaceable grill?
True.
Huh? Like a little more accurate one.
Pandelis Martinez hit us with 5
I don't
more.
expect that when we get the clear grill, the lights are going to be clear, bright enough to really make the whole thing orange like this. I think it'll be just like a little bit, like just the 2 dots here, you know.
You never know. Pandelis Mordos hit us with 5 again. He said, if this gets funded, be ready to get a Punisher van that'll really have your wallets get hit. Yeah, this will get funded for sure. There's no question. I don't doubt it for a second that this will get funded. It's just when. Will we get the early bird or not? I don't know.
We're almost at 3,000. It's not even 12 hours.
Yeah. Tim Smith hit us with 2. He said, I'm in for at least 1, but I'd like a second for Blade. Hell yeah.
There's an idea. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, but you know, I do see a lot of the complaints. It's probably for the little use that I'll probably get out of it as someone who doesn't really, I mean, yes, I could make them. I did the same thing with the Sentinel. I got the Sentinel and I just sold the individual figures that came with it, so I've done that before for sure. But I don't know. I got at least a month to think, 45 days to think about it. So we'll see.
Okay, all right. I know Rick and Fabio not fucking with this. I mean, Rick and
yeah, I don't. It's gonna be a game time decision, I guess. I'm right now. I'm at a no, but we'll see. We'll see where we're at in 44 days.
All right. What are you guys thinking about for the stretch goal? I guess we know for certain that Mephisto's going to be probably the last goal, right?
Honestly, these stretch goals might not be too hot, because we know Mephisto already, and then we already have powered down Robbie, but then we seen that Robbie that's mid transformation, so we're gonna have 3 Robbies. Like,
yeah, that's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, like that head should have just been with the Robbie that we're early birding, and I don't know. I'll tell you this, I will be hyper impressed by this shit if we get a wheelchair Gabe.
Yeah.
Then if this is in fact a 3rd Robbie right here, mid transformation, then they're making a new body for this that will get reused 3 times or twice more within the same campaign. Why couldn't they have sprung for the additional articulation or the more modernized articulation scheme, so he doesn't have the just side to side waist that kind of breaks up the pattern and gives you that that kind of big gap there.
Yeah, definitely some questions to ask the next time some of us get an opportunity to talk to them. But yeah, that's where I was going, Rick, as far as the the passenger chair is removable, so I would not be surprised if they introduce a new sort of Kid Buck and do something where you can put the wheelchair inside the car right here. That would,
even if they finagle that Peter from the 2-pack and just put a new head on it, put him in a wheelchair, I'd be impressed. I'd be like, oh shit, okay, like, okay, we got 2 riders here.
I felt like they were like really making it a point to talk about the removable seat and like talk about the interior and the space and shit like that. kind of hinting towards something like that. So,
Oh,
I
you think the
hope
car is going to be wheelchair accessible?
maybe it's possible. I hope so. I mean, that would be a great stretch goal. It'd be a great way to unveil some new stuff, and I'm sure they would get a real boost out of that. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that is one of the goals with Mephisto. What could the third? Oh, we saying the third figure is going to be another Robbie Reyes, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it look, or maybe that's just a fake out. You know, maybe it's not. Maybe it'll be a Blackheart. I know a lot of people were disappointed. No Danny Ketch, but you shouldn't be disappointed. He said that we'll get it later on down the line. So he said that Danny Ketch deserves his own release. So it's good. Dan, I keep on saying he, but Dan said
Uh-huh.
that. So.
Yeah, I'm
Other-
sure we'll see a bunch of stuff like we saw with every other HasLab campaign so far, where they'll have a focal point for the HasLab, and then characters that are related and associated with that bigger HasLab project will come out alongside it, or come out during the year, or whatever the case may be. So I'm sure, again, this is the 50th year celebration anyway, so it's going to be
Yeah.
quite a few things associated with Ghost Rider, with these supernatural beings and what have you. But yeah, I don't know. I do think this price is very high, and definitely could have been lower to get some more people in, or like John said, they could have put the number of initial backers lower. They could do a bunch of different things. It's not like they can't actually afford to do it, because they're going to make the money. And anyway, they've had, I guess, record profits for the past however many years in a row and shit. So it's just like, again, what is it? What does this say about corporate greed? Is this some greedy shit, or is this, or is the cost of materials really up? Is there really
It's
inflation?
not.
not like this.
Not like this.
We
Um,
got a 4 foot tall friend a couple of years ago, and now we get a car.
yeah, it's the bottom line is it's just about like just making sure their profits their cost is low and their profits are up. Literally, ladies and gentlemen of the board. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, $16,000 suit.
Come on.
Yeah, this is a very high profit margin, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's wild. Great car, not great price. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody on here is in agreement that this is dope. But that price, it's rough.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's expensive. I'm still
you know,
backing.
you know what I'm seeing a lot of in chat? I see a lot of people saying like, if you're priced out, then don't worry about it. Like if if it's too expensive for you, then just forget about it. But I think like this is a Marvel Legends specific situation that's happening right now. Like the landscape of Marvel Legends has fluctuated so much in the last 5 years alone.
You don't even got to say 5 years. In the last like 2 years,
Yeah,
it's been like
exactly. Yeah,
price increases.
it's wild. So like I think it's completely understandable for somebody who was paying $20 for a figure a couple of years ago to look at a $35 version of basically the same thing and just go, I can't afford this anymore, dude. Like it's wild. And the same thing applies to here. Like a couple of years ago, like Rick said earlier, you got a 4-foot hyper articulated Sentinel. And not maybe not 4 feet. I don't know how tall the thing is, but now it's just like for the same price, you get a car that's not even half the size. So like, I understand prices go up and I understand inflation is a thing, but like, I think Marvel Legend collectors specifically are just having the worst run right now, just in terms of like how much the landscape of their favorite hobby and passion has changed in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I can't think of any other line that's currently going that has had this many changes and price hikes in a calendar year.
As well.
Someone hit us with a super chat saying Kyle Howes, yes. Another comparison is the Mezco Ghost Rider and this.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. Mezco Ghost Rider is how much? $230, right?
$240.
All right, so that's $240 for
I'll be
soft
back.
goods, clothing,
Mhm.
figure, and a bike with some lights and stuff on it. But it's just a figure and a motorcycle for $230.
Lights and sounds and the a similar type style of effects to go around the wheels and stuff.
But again, this is a motorcycle and a clothed figure for $230, and for
And this basically evens out to, let's say the figure itself is just 95, like the standard Mezco price is now. Then you're still getting a $150 motorcycle.
yeah, but let's compare that to a car and 4 figures with the effects and the lights and whatever. Like, honestly, Ghost Rider's overpriced too. If you really look at it, if that's the case, like you're only paying what $100 more, $110 or some shit like that more
Mhm.
for that.
But this isn't some like post-inflation price either, because the original Dread with Lawmaster was also $240.
Mm,
So those
correct.
prices have stayed consistent.
Yeah, that's a good point for sure.
And then as far as the actual size of the vehicle, it says here on the bottom that this is God, where was it? 23 centimeters in length, which I just looked up. It's 9.05 inches in length. So this Ghost Rider car is literally twice the length as the motorcycle. And they did say that it was a little oversized too.
Well, you know
on
what? I
true
don't even
scale.
think it's oversized. I think that it's the right size. Usually for a 1/12 figure, you want a 1/10 scale vehicle. So I
Right.
think that's what they went with, was 1/10 scale. And he didn't say 1/10 scale at all, but just looking at it and looking at the figure compared to it and whatever, it looked like this was a 1/10 scale vehicle, which is right. Um, but I like this shit a lot. I like the way it looks. I like the idea of it. I've been reading a lot of comics recently. I was actually reading up on a lot of the Robbie Reyes stuff, and I'm joining Avengers semi recently, some years back or whatever, being more prominently featured in the books and shit like that. Like, I mean, what for me, it's just, what more do I want? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course, I would love to pay less for this shit, but like, I'm literally just a big kid, just living out my dreams to just have the figures from these books and shit that I love. So yeah, I'm totally biased and just
That's
whatever.
that's another good point too. Is also how much do you care for Robbie Reyes the character and this whole run for Ghost Rider too?
That was the other thing I was going to mention. It won't be a episode of the podcast if there isn't some uh, wokeness and some. But listen, it's a Mexican character. It's a big win for Latinos and for other Mexicans out there. I've seen a lot of Mexican people like, yo, I'm fucking with it just because he's Mexican. You know, it's the same type of feeling and situation with the Blue Beetle and that movie and whatever's happening with that and shit and that character. Like, you know, so it's a big win when most of the um, protagonists are just the typical white male, and then you get an opportunity to read a story or own a figure of somebody that is more similar to you. That shit, it matters. It means a lot. So that aspect of it, I think, too, is really cool. Everybody getting a win culturally, ethnically. So I think that's big. All right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And on that note, though, even Rick said that everything is working, for him to want to support this on that front, and he's still not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that's not enough. The wokeness of it all is not enough for you either. So, but yeah, again, I love this shit. I think this shit looks very good. Could it be better? Could there be more details? Could it be more accurate? 1,000%. Could it be cheaper? 1,000,000%. Should it be cheaper? Probably. Yeah, I think it should be. I think at this rate, considering how well they've done in conjunction with this particular community, the displaying community, collecting community and shit, and like adult collectors that, you know, they probably should throw us some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Throw, you know, give the people a break at some point. I do feel like that. But you're talking about a corporation. It's not Dan, Dwight, and Ryan that are making decisions as it relates to that. So it is what it is. I back this though, for sure. I'm definitely getting one. I don't think I need multiple. I'm good with one. It's a piece that I'd like to have in my collection. It's a piece that I'd like to have on like permanent display with all of the other stuff that I've been collecting over the years that I'm building for my toy room and all of that type of stuff. It's just me thinking about the end game. You know, when I have my DC collectibles Batwing set up, you know, like all of this type of shit that I haven't even opened yet. That's just been on ice until it gets to its final destination. So, you know, again, it's the overarching like display room for me of just being able to have all of this stuff and have it in one place and just be able to that be my like little sanctuary and shit. So, all right, I talked enough. Let's get out of here. What's next?
Okay. What is next? I think Poncho has now stepped out. Oh, MMPR. We had some MMPR to talk about. Some
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
model kit.
do we want to talk about third party stuff right now?
I guess.
Yeah, what happened with third party? You wanted to bring up something like a werewolf or something in it? What's going on?
No, it was Mighty Morphin model kit.
Oh yeah, that's not third party. That's Flame Toys, baby.
Flame Toys. Yeah, my bad.
Flame Toys. Is that an account? Flame Toys Us?
I think it's those right there. Yeah, these are shown off earlier. And they went up for pre-order today. You can go on BBTS and check out. There's like a product listing for these right now on BBTS. These look phenomenal, dude. These are Figuarts level figures in terms of articulation, and I think they actually edge out Figuarts in terms of aesthetics as well. Like,
whoa, buddy, back it up.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Flame Toys like always kills it with their model kits too. Like, so these just look incredible. I cannot believe how good these look. The only downside is you got to build them, and if you suck at building them, then that really stinks. But yeah, that's really the only downside for these. Otherwise, they look phenomenal. Yeah, like look at these things. These look crazy. 39 a pop, like that's in terms of like today's price point for really great model kits. That's quite affordable right there. I know those Kotobukiya kits usually start at like 50 or 60, so these are quite affordable. They look really good. My only complaint is my only real complaint is that it's not like the Sentai version, and then it comes with like a female Yellow Ranger, but whatever, it's fine, no big deal. It is under Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so it's whatever. But these look really sick, and I'm just glad they're coming out and we're getting a chance to grab them. I really love the proportions on these, especially like the size of the helmet in relation to the body and everything like that. I think it looks really cool.
I don't know. Is it just me, or does that look like a very small amount of pieces to build this?
Yeah, you're not
wrong. Am I just viewing this wrong, or what?
You said what?
I said, am I just viewing this wrong? Am I just like, you know how you just see shit a certain way and you're not really seeing it fully? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I can see how that would build that for sure. It's yeah, I don't know. It looks fine to me. I know a lot of people are put off by like that you have to build it. You know, it's just the name of the game, dog. If you're into like Gunpla or Playmo or stuff like that, then just run of the mill, baby. This is every day. But like, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I thought it was cool. Thought it was worth highlighting for sure.
I mean, cool. I built my first Flame Toys. I got the Snake Eyes motorcycle.
What'd you think?
Oh, really?
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I hate that it doesn't have rubber tires though.
Bummer.
Yeah, I might have to get something like that. But I mean, they're not terribly difficult. You don't need any glue or anything if it's anything like that. It's all just snapped together. So in that sense, it was cool. But I don't know. I don't think the average collector is going to be paying more than the retail price of an already built figure to have to do the labor themselves. Unless you're a real Power Rangers fan. I could be wrong. Maybe they do want to do the work. I don't know.
I agree. They look a little boxy in certain angles and shit too, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. 40? What's 40 times 5?
It's 200.
Yeah, $200.
I think before, well, yeah. So that's this. I wanted to go back to mention before we did move on from Hasbro, but I had meant to mention that Galactus is starting to ship too.
Yes, they did send out an email this past week saying people need to get their affairs in order.
Yeah,
In terms of
and
their-
people did. It's starting to trickle out. Some people have it in hand already, and their
Bring it back.
response is
Yep, look at that. That's wow. False advertising.
I can't believe it. These companies have just gone too far again.
Yeah, real quick before I go, I want to bring up that that Dan, like, last night on Kev's stream, like he really laid it all out there in terms of like what's going on with the renders versus what you're getting in the box and stuff. And yeah, as somebody who was very opinionated on this very show about what's going on with that, like it's very refreshing to see him like get on a platform and like talk about it like for real in terms of what's going on and stuff. And I was talking, I can't remember who I was talking, I think I was talking about it with you guys in our group chat, but like I noticed a lot of people in that stream and on social media were talking like about when he was apologizing for it, and a lot of people were downplaying it, like you don't have to apologize and stuff like that. But like I think when you do that, it downplays how open he was with the community about it. It almost makes it like what he was doing was for nothing. It's almost as if like he shouldn't have done it at all. So out of sheer respect for Dan, I vow right now that I will still continue giving Hasbro heat every single week on this podcast. Out of sheer respect for Dan and the rest of the team.
As you should.
But I'll be right back.
Yeah, we all should be critical of. There's nothing wrong with being critical of these companies and voicing your opinion for shit you want or don't want, 100%. But again, you got to be real with yourself, and you can't be mad at other people because shit's not going right in terms of the price. It is what it is. We gotta fight for shit that's realer than this. But yeah, this was a funny post. This was on Twitter. Okay, I guess so.
Oh, sorry. No, I saw it on Reddit. My bad. I was muted. JP Sergio has sent us a little $1.99 super chat saying that 5K Toys got a 112 Ghost Rider bike for $90. I was just gonna pull that up here too. And this is the PW Toys Hell Knight. And it's two separate sets. This is the motorcycle just for $90 by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the actual Nick Cage, but not really Nick Cage, Ghost Rider, the Hell Knight, is 94 by himself. So the bike and the rider basically combined total of 180, 190.
Have you bought stuff from them before?
I bought some stuff from 5K. Yeah, they have the ink blot in stock right here too. Boog, you should get yourself an ink.
Oh, that was from 5K. Okay.
Yeah, well, 5K is the store, but they have all of these third-party people here. So this one is from Felix Toys. PW Toys have made some of those like dioramas and stuff. Oh, but I think the bike also comes with the base as well. This
Oh wow.
base too. The head can glow, the wheels can shine. Apparently, is the selling point here.
The wheels can shine, huh? Is that like low level glowing?
I guess. Well, you never shine if you don't glow.
Yeah. You gotta
Hey
glow
now,
up, and then you can shine.
you're an all-star.
Um,
I think
yeah,
yes. The
looks pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't know what the quality is like from what to expect.
yeah, I mean they've done a few figures before. They're mostly known for the diorama bases.
Hmm.
I want to say maybe they put out like the samurai or something too, but I don't know. So actually, maybe I'm wrong there too. I think the base is actually separate. I don't see another listing for it, but it says here it does not include the base PW 2022 because the figure's 2020, the bike is 2021. So I'm wondering how you add the base because the base is actually pretty tight. But either way, a Ghost Rider with lights and sounds, and or I guess just lights. Let's keep it at lights. No matter what, it's gonna run you 200 from like pretty much anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it also just if you're throwing a car into the mix, maybe if technically it's twice as big, it could be worth that 300. I don't know. Just trying to find some reasoning here. Just trying to keep the comparisons fair.
Mhm.
But either way, okay. Fully moving on from Hasbro now. Moving on from these Power Rangers. What else we got?
Just two more things to mention about Hasbro. We got Hasbro PostCon coming up at the end of this month, September 30th and October 1st. So we should hear more about everything that's going on, Galactic shipping, the HasLab, any new figures and reveals that we haven't heard about just yet. And then right after that is New York Comic Con on October 6th through the 9th. So, oh, not to mention that we a few days out from the 20th of this month. So there may be some other reveal or something happening on the 20th of this month, then Hasbro PostCon, and then New York Comic Con. So obviously New York Comic Con will be some reveals and some big things from all of the major companies. So we got a lot of news and what have you to look forward to. And then also at the end of the year, as we get closer to Christmas, just a lot of stuff starts dropping at that same time too. So it's going to be quite a bit of news. But yeah, that's officially it for Hasbro. Moving on. What's next?
Um. Oh, sorry. Dan is in the chat too, saying, "Yeah, it's a joke. We know it's a fake tweet. That was a fake thing for sure." Hi, Dan.
Hey,
just a small joke. Anyway, what about what's next? Sentinel. What's up with Sentinel? The Spider Gwen, right?
yes.
Is that one up on BBTS?
No. It was Isaac Wong had the photos. I don't think it's actually up for pre-order just yet.
Okay.
So yes, Sentinel is continuing to do their things. It's not Isaac Wong.
This one, right?
Yeah, it was on his Facebook though, I guess.
Oh, I see. This account's popping. Oh, here we go.
Um, so yeah, as you guys know, Sentinel Toys has been continuing to put out figures from the Into the Spider-Verse movie. So this is almost their last offering in Spider-Gwen. I guess they only need to do one more in Spider-Man Noir to have the whole like sort of core crew. But we did see pictures of this figure back in I think June maybe. We saw some pictures at like a con or something. But yeah, they showed the full kind of spread here now. Are they like? Did he get this? I don't know. They set him up with this figure to take these pictures, right?
Yeah, I think these are his promo photos officially for them.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, Spider Gwen, who is going to be packed in with Spider Ham, and the Spider Ham actually has some interchangeable, I guess, heads and arms or whatever. So you could actually get quite a few different like expressions and poses and stuff out of him, which is pretty cool. That's I guess the kind of best version so far from any of the companies for at least for Spider Ham. I do like that they give her the plainclothes sort of school look here. We didn't get
Yeah.
that.
I was a
P2B.
little confused by this. So is this just a separate like torso that you? Because it looks like it's static, and you just put the head and the legs on it.
It could be. Yeah, it could just be a torso and you swap the heads and and the legs like you said. Um, yeah, you're right. It looks like the whole torso is static, maybe. Um, yeah, so far they've had hit after hit really. The mouse was very good. It just needed a neck extension. Peter B. Parker is probably one of the best Spider-Man figures ever. The Penny and Spider-Bot just started releasing within the past like couple months or whatever the case may be. I just got that figure like yesterday. I didn't even open it yet. I'm not really sure how that is, but this looks really good. I just don't think that they nailed the head sculpt here. I talked about this today in my little update. Something seems a little bit off as far as the look to the comic book. I think the Mafex and maybe even the Marvel Legends versions did a better job. You don't have any of
Wow,
these.
that's going too far. I don't think so. This one, I think, is still better than that. But yeah, I think the Mafex is overall the best one.
You don't have any of these, right?
No, I don't mess with Sentinel like that. They look good. I'm also just not like that much about Into the Spider-Verse, so I don't need like these specific appearances.
Uh,
That's crisp.
They're great though. They look great. I love the texturing on them. They look good. They had the soft goods from Mafex or some third party. You know, like you said, I watched your update, and this Peter B. Parker didn't come with his alternate kind of hobo look. So
correct.
that would have been cool with the soft goods inclusion.
It seems like that's the best kind of look for these is when you take some of the soft goods from the Mafex or from something else and put it on these. They look super good. But yeah, I guess we'll see soon what's going to happen with Spider-Man Noir from Sentinel. But again, they've been killing it. I think these figures are better than the Mafex versions for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think as an overall collection, yeah. If you want your Spider-Verse sort of team, I think Sentinel is probably giving it to you the best.
Yeah, no doubt. Pause.
Right. I think that's it for Sentinel, right? Unless, yeah. How about we move into third party? What's third party?
I don't even know if anything. I think I was confused about the Flame Toy shit because I thought that was third party. So I don't know that there's I don't know what's left. Did McFarlane put anything out this week?
Oh gosh, let's find out together. He probably did.
I did see that some people were that Avatar mech suit thing was showing up in some places.
Oh yeah. Oh darn, where's Rick to talk about this? But the Hawks figure is I think starting to come. Oh no, it's just on pre-order.
Oh, this is my hero.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Do these look good?
There goes my hero, Academia.
Are they accurate? I don't really know.
I have no idea.
All right,
Cool.
this is
Love him.
Rick and Pete would know.
They would. Rick might be entertaining his guests already.
Mhm.
But hey, this week in fake toy awards, I guess this Midoriya won another award.
Should have done weekly, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then what was new? I mean, yeah, the Avatar stuff is I guess starting to show up in stores, but these were a few new DC reveals. We got the infected, like the sick Joker from Arkham City. Look, he's got a sword. Sword's cool. Guns, no.
Yeah, swords are okay.
Hey, are you there, Poncho? Can you hear him? Huh. He might be mobile already. Well, we got a Red Hood now in correct colors because the first time they gave this Red Hood, for some reason, he was like this weird, like monochromatic red.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about a Scarecrow from Arkham Knight?
Ooh, all one color mostly.
Wow, pretty much. It looks pretty on model, I would say, but it's not gonna move
Oh,
for
yeah?
shit.
Batman's chained up back there.
Yeah. I think that's it for McFarlane. Unless you're into the superpower stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can move into miscellaneous. We have no way to announce that we're doing miscellaneous because Poncho's gone. But I wanted to talk some Super 7 because they got me on a pre-order this week.
Okay.
I don't think I talked about this last week because I think it went up the Monday after the last show. But I did talk about it on my stream.
But when you say they got you on a pre-order, meaning that you pre-ordered something or something that you pre-ordered came in?
I pre-ordered this right here, brand new. It has not come in yet.
Turn this off because
Okay.
it'll keep you in the.
Poncho is out with his wife, apparently.
Hello.
Yep.
She's part of the show now too.
Excellent.
No, I'm just leaving. Sorry, I don't know what was going on with my audio a second ago.
Oh, we wanted your thoughts on these My Hero macadamia nuts.
Are they by McFarlane? They're awful.
Oh, just like that, huh? You won't even give them a chance.
Let's take a look. They certainly look like McFarlane My Hero Academia.
You had your wallet when you came
Complete with side eye, huh? As Puck Photo says, we're talking McFarlane. Let's look to the sides.
Look to the side. Did you guys already talk about that Spider, right? Am I?
Yeah, the Sentinel stuff. Yeah, we just did.
I want to give a big shout out to my little sister because it looks exactly like her. It's unbelievable. It's crazy how much that Gwen looks just like my little sister Brooke. It's unreal.
All right.
I love these comments. Look at this. Best girl with a ooh-woo emoji. And then down bad.
Down bad. These are extras from Miles' sketchbook, apparently.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, I think Gwen looks good. What do you guys think? It was just all right or what?
All right.
Boog said he likes it, but the face, not 100%, he says.
Yeah, the face is a little off model, especially in looking forward.
I'm sorry. Was I just
quite
talking?
add up? But yeah, that 3/4 profile is quite good.
And I mean, I'm in it just for the Spider Ham. The Spider Gwen, I could take or leave.
Yeah, I don't know why a third-party company just hasn't just like gone gangbusters on a Spider-Ham, man. Just do like a big, huge release of just like, a basic Spider-Ham body, but maybe with like bendy wire arms and legs or something, and then just a bunch of face portraits. Like, why isn't anyone done that?
That's pretty much what this is, though, right?
Yeah, but the arms and legs are still static, correct? But they're just interchangeable.
Yeah, but they're just
the body is static. And then it looks like the arm. Oh yeah, the arms are too. But it looks like you swap out the arms, and they're already in, a pre-pose, like whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then the legs all swap out too. It looks like.
Yeah, it seems like this is the best you're gonna get.
I think that might just be a different body. I think it's probably two bodies, just like the upright body, and then that one where
it's kind of stretched out.
Yeah, maybe
I can see that.
And then it's just the head you swap in the arms.
Right.
I can see that for sure.
Okay, then Poncho, while we got you, what do you think about King Diamond from his first tour in 1982?
Wow. If I were a fan of King Diamond from his first tour in 1982, I'd be saying, there he is.
That's right. You feel like how I feel about the Charger.
There he is. This looks good. Who's this by?
This is Super 7 Ultimates. This is their second King Diamond in the Ultimates line. King Diamond.
We talking about expensive. These Super 7 figures are expensive as fuck, right?
They do be expensive.
They do be higher than retail figures, yeah.
55.
55.
55.
But for quarterly releases, hey, not bad. I don't get every Super
55
7
if
instrument,
you're
but I
feeling
am building out my little heavy metal section over here, so I gotta support this on that front. And it's gonna have that soft goods, sort of cape and a robe thing. It's gonna be
rogue
sick.
thing. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. It's got different arms than the original King Diamond, a new like screaming head.
so
Pretty
screaming
tight.
head.
So screaming head. Too bad you don't got the soundboard.
That's rough. Yeah, in my car.
But
How's the audio? Is it okay?
I think he looks sick.
Oh, that's not bad for
Yeah,
being
it's
in
fine.
your car. Yeah.
How about people in the chat? Is my audio okay? I don't know if I should raise it up. Oh,
But
thanks.
Boog, okay, to be fair, if Super 7 was doing, I don't know, hip hop icons in the Ultimates line for 55, you wouldn't do
It's a
it?
small price to pay for
I
for a figure
mean,
you might never even get.
I don't know if it's like again, this whole like journey is just me like kind of building my ultimate like toy room sanctuary and shit. So like, yeah, just to have that type of piece, if it was some artist that I really really fuck with, then yeah, I might for a one and done type thing. Sure.
How about a 2 and done? Because this is the second version of King Diamond.
I don't. Yeah.
I actually am seeing this band in October. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Seeing them
Yeah,
in LA.
yeah. Somewhere in LA. I don't remember where, but I'm going with Kyle actually from Super 7, so that's gonna be super sick.
That's nice.
All right.
Very nice. Need some inspo for the next gig, huh?
Exactly. Get an older version of him for sure. And then we're going to Iron Maiden next week. That'll also be very tight.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe you see some of those guys in Trader Joe's.
We can only hope. And now keeping it spooky because it's mid September.
Okay.
We're entering the spooky
Perfect month for
season.
spooky.
What if I told you that the Super 7 Ultimates SpongeBob line continues with notes from
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, this Nosferatu looks incredible. I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna lie.
That looks
Like-
very.
Oh
Don't get
God! I got scared. It's so
the
spooky.
Mezco version is great,
Right.
but like this is just extremely on model.
Yeah.
It's just this is Nosferatu.
That's more what this is. Yeah, this is based on like the film, whereas Mezco's
Yes.
Nosferatu was like their own,
Their-
public
yeah, their
domain Nosferatu.
Yeah, a little
Correct.
spin, a little spinny.
Yeah. My only hope,
Mezco,
real quick, my only hope,
lose my mind.
my only hope is that this guy has the same neck peg as the Papa Emeritus from Ghost, because there is a Ghost Ferratu variant of Papa Emeritus.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh
Kill me
my
so
God.
scurry.
I could see some really cool pictures with this guy. I mean, we see some really cool pictures right here.
Yeah. Now these are renders, but I like that they're going for like a black and white sort of look to him too. He's very black and white.
Crossing streams with your lover from the past, NECA. And their black and white variants.
Yeah, that's true. They just got to make a glow in the dark next. I could see them doing a glow in the dark version of this too. Actually, Super 7 loves their glows in the dark.
Please God, no.
I love this box art. This box art is nuts.
It's very nice.
Okay, so that's Count Orlok from Nosferatu, but what about this island Earth, Metaluna Mutant?
What about him? Looks sick.
This is one of those like classic sci-fi films that I just have never seen. This looks good.
I've never seen it either. I was about to say, like, do you know a lot about this?
I feel like there's a lot of like artists, that are into this. It's like an all-time classic sci-fi film. But yeah, I've just never gotten to see it. Maybe I'll watch it this spooky season, huh?
And my wife would know a lot about this. She's super into that stuff.
Show her. Let's get her thoughts right now, live.
She's many miles away from me right now.
Oh, I thought she was in the car with you.
No, no, I'm just hanging out by myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. Same Ultimates price, $55. I think that's it. We talked about Jack Skeleton and the rest of the Nightmare Before Christmas, and we talked about Bruce Lee. And I think that's pretty much it for new stuff this week, right?
I put something in the group chat. 5K Toys showed off
Oh yeah,
a proto model of Super Saiyan 5 Goku.
Guko. Oh, I love Guko.
Goku.
No,
There
I'm
he
sorry.
is.
It's Goko.
Did you say
Goku, sorry.
glucose?
It's Goko.
Glucose.
If he were Australian, it'd be Garkar.
Garkar. Yeah, this looks good. I know a lot of people are worried about like that strand of hair. It still looks very thin. Um, I that's got to be made out of like some of that soft plastic that the belts are made out of
Yeah.
or something. I can't see it being made any other way.
Just don't have fat fingers and you'll be good.
It's true. Just don't be a ham hands and you'll be fine. It's okay. But yeah, it looks good. The thing with 5K Toys is like once they put the solicits out there, the shit is practically they've gone through like 4 revisions, have gotten 6 figures back from the factory and everything. So the wheels are moving fast with this.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. It's kind of a bendy
Oh yeah.
material. Look at that.
There we go. Very excited.
This is from Kong.
Kong Studios. That's to do it.
I love this for you, Pancho.
Thanks, Fabio. You know, I feel the same way whenever you get a Batman variant or Boog gets a $350 charger. I feel the exact same. We're all dealing with it in our own way. We're all gold medalists in mental gymnastics just to get closer to what we love. That's basically the bottom line.
I got a 10-point
Yeah,
landing.
I even backed the his tank. None of y'all fuck with the his tank. I
That's
backed
true.
it. You know, that's my real origin in this shit was G.I. Joes. That's what all of this shit started for me. Was,
Joey.
You know, collecting Joes back in the day and doing my little setups as a real young dude. So, you know, again, this is just all to my personal happiness. I just keep reiterating this. Of course.
Pretty toy. I think that's it for third party though, right?
Toy.
There was something else. What's that little army dude right there? No, not
Who's
that
this
guy.
little fella?
Like the
Oh, is that,
tactical.
Oh yeah, these guys. Yeah. Let me pull these up.
Yeah.
I did see these popping up.
A.C.B.A soldiers.
Yeah, what are they like? God, where's the new stuff? Not by best selling. Let me see the new.
Yeah, SCP is something that like I've always seen around like the internet, but I've never really dived deep into. First of all, I'm not 14 years old, but second of all, it's just so much.
Yeah, dude, you get a lot. Look at this. That's a lot of stuff.
That's crazy, man.
This is like a Call of Duty loadout. Look, even the swappable scopes and everything. That's wild. So this is the Dragon Horse DHS 001 112 Foundation Series MTF Alpha 1 Red Right Hand action figure.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. And yeah, he comes with just a ton of stuff. Like, gosh darn. SCP Foundation is a supranational and supra-political organization responsible for capturing and containing various paranormal / supernatural phenomena unexplained by mainstream science.
Did you ever get into that stuff, Fabio, or no?
No, I do play Phasmophobia, but that's different.
Yeah, SCP stuff is like that is a wide world of creepypasta stuff that I have just not had the time to dive into. But a lot of like classic like freaky images on the internet have been kind of like woven into SCP type stories. So it's cool.
Okay, I dig that. I like creepypastas.
There you go.
There's that guy. I guess if you're into third-party stuff, this guy's cool too. A little Soviet sniper. Is that Jude Law? That's 100% Jude Law. That is
Might be.
so Jude Law.
You know who it looks like for a split second too? What's my man that was on Bulwark Empire and he played not Lucky Schultz. What was the other guy's dude? The Jewish dude.
You got me. I never watched that one.
Oh, you never watched Boardwalk Empire?
No.
Me either. Sorry to disappoint you, Dad.
Wait. He comes with a Ron Perlman too. These are two different figures. That's Ron Perlman, right?
Well,
That's
one could say
100%
one
Ron
of the
Perlman.
kings.
What are these likenesses? This is insane.
He played Arnold Rothstein on the show. Yeah, that's what he looked like for a split second too. The guy's name is Michael.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Christopher Miller and Brian Merchant, saying this is, basically third-party unlicensed figures from a movie called Enemy at the Gates with Jude Law and Ron Perlman.
Oh, there you go. You called it.
It's a double figure pack. Ooh, look at his Ushanka. He comes with a Ushanka. That's so cool. Look at that.
Oh, that's
One
dope.
and only.
There was a time that I would buy this just for the hat.
You can get the. I got a friend buying Macananas. Sells us Central Park for $5 a pop.
That's cool. Okay, I like that. That's very specific, but I'm happy that they're making it.
These third-party companies will just latch on to a property
Yeah.
and just crank out the craziest products and
Yeah.
leave and never be seen again.
Like this one from, I think this is from Equilibrium, and it's Christian Bale, right?
Yo,
But he's
can you
the
can you just
gunfight
imagine?
creature.
Can you just imagine what it would be like to be 13 again and seeing Equilibrium for the first time from a DVD from Blockbuster?
Oh my god! Take me back.
Yo, I remember when Equilibrium came out, like my friend's older brother, who we like all thought was like the coolest dude, he was like, "You guys want to see some real serious shit?" He's like, "You guys see The Matrix, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "This thing's like The Matrix on crack." Like, what?
Back in that era when everybody was trying to make The Matrix on crack.
Yeah.
These are $73 each. That's actually not terrible.
God, never in my wildest dreams would I think that we get soft goods Equilibrium figures. Jesus.
More, please.
Do you think that's a brand new Christian Bale head sculpt, or is it lifted from a Hot Toy?
I don't know. I want to believe that they're new, but
That
that's just
definitely looks like his Bruce Wayne haircut, and not because in Equilibrium it is slicked back like a heart attack and everything.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I think it's the same head sculpt among the two of them, so they're just reusing the head sculpt. But yeah, it could be. It could be the Bruce Wayne. These are tight though.
They're sick.
I kind of want the white one. The white one is awesome. 'Cause that's what he wears at the end of the movie, right?
Yes, he's all kitted out, does his like crazy gun fu.
Gun fu, man. Remember Red Steel, Poncho, for the Nintendo?
Of course,
Wii?
I remember Red Steel.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was Equilibrium.
The dream alive with Red Steel. Jesus,
I love it so much. I kind of want to get that one. I'm still waiting for my pre-order of the Drug Dealer, the third-party Walter White.
Yeah, speaking of Walter White, what a robbery witness. Where Jesus, sorry, I'm trying to take this exit. Where Better Call Saul didn't win jack squat, dude.
It didn't?
No. At
What?
least I don't think so.
That's unfair.
They were nominated for 48 awards and didn't win a single one. What is going on?
Wild. I do think though that the next part will be, because this last season was split into two parts. I think they'll still be eligible in the second part for next year.
Oh, good thinking, Mama. That makes sense.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe.
You know what? They would pull some slick shit like that.
Yeah. These metal slugs officially licensed. If you're into that.
I can't believe they're officially licensed. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much all we got for news topics. Third
Yeah.
party
You
stuff.
wanna? Okay, bye. Hey, you want to talk after show? Let's go
Hey,
on
what's up, guys?
Hey,
after show.
Oh yeah.
I
As soon as we did that, Mike Hawes is like, "Hey, what about the Mondo Magneto?" Well, let's talk about the Mondo Magneto.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
So Mondo put out a Magneto.
There it is. How many figures did they put out? It's the Wolverine and who else?
well
Magneto?
for X-Men stuff, it was just I think Wolverine was the first dive into the X-Men stuff.
Yeah, and there's been a couple versions of it because they did the brown suit one too, and I think they did two versions.
Oh, I think you muted Fabio.
Oh darn! Well,
Okay. I wasn't sure if I dropped or you. I was like, oh no.
no, that was all
That
me.
happened.
Operator error on my part. So they did do a few versions of Wolverine. I think one of them was the SDCC one, the first one that was in the bed with the picture frame and stuff.
Of
And
course.
I
The
think
one
they
and
put it
only.
out regularly, and then they also put out a brown suit one.
Oh, okay.
So now we got Magento over here.
Magento.
This looks really good.
Yeah, it comes with quite a lot. Mondo always kills it, dude. No matter what they do.
I think if I was obsessive enough about wanting to have like on model to the appearance in the cartoon figures, this would be the way to go for me.
Oh, there's no question.
You can't trick me into those VHS boxes. Sorry.
That was the other thing that we actually didn't talk about from Hasbro was that Mystique and the whole
Oh,
situation with Mystique. But what made me think about that was because the cell shading on this looks so much better than
It's immaculate.
this looks incredible right here.
yeah.
Uh,
But
We can talk about that Mystique real quick, huh?
yeah, so the whole little controversy with this
Little controversy, Boog.
was maybe like the second or third time in recent like weeks or months that Hasbro has had some renders on the package that were not true to form as far as the figure. Actually, the other thing we didn't even see yet, it was the box art for Gore that looked like he had pinless joints and stuff like that. But it was confirmed that that was a mistake. And then this past week, I forgot to mention that Mystique, this is the VHS Mystique, went up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. And as you can see here, the render or the box art on the left looks like a Mystique on the newer female buck that they've been utilizing. She looks so much so much better in that render. It's crazy, but lo and behold, it's the old, outdated buck. So yeah, Dan addressed this and said it was a mistake on their part, and that's what P was talking about, or Rick was talking about earlier too, was that he had talked about this a little bit on Kevin's show last night too.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. He was saying that that it was an error, and like a lot of the times these things come in, they do like figures in batches, and like it was just one batch that got botched. And that's why we saw multiple releases across the board have the same problem where the renders didn't match up with the final product.
the batch got botched. That could be a show.
Sure.
Batch. Uh-oh.
And you know what? Like,
job.
I work in production like that. Like I work at a sign company. We do like boxes for companies and whatnot. And I could totally see something like that happening for sure. There's definitely a situation where there was like a deadline that had to be met or something, and then there was a problem with the final product, and we gave our clients like options like, hey, we can reprint this, but it'll be this long and it'll cost this much, and some people have just taken a choice like, all right, okay, well, we'll just go with it, I guess. Not to say that's what happened here, but like it's a very real situation of what he was describing for sure.
All right.
Well,
So
she
yeah,
was
like I said,
angry anyway.
like I said, I got reminded of this because the cell shading on that Mondo Magneto just looks so much better. I think the cell shading on all of these VHS figures have been real lackluster. But it looks like Mondo's really capturing that sort of essence of the show.
Yeah, there were times where that cell shading can look just phenomenal.
Yeah, this would be the way to go for me for a on model animated series collection. They look good.
I'm actually sitting here messing with this Bobby Valor Action Force figure.
You say you're messing with one right now?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after
Sorry, my
show,
fault.
should we talk She-Hulk?
Some homeless person was just asking for
Yeah.
$25. Sorry.
Oh no. What about the trailers? The Werewolf by
Yeah,
Night. Werewolf by Night. You guys see that?
that's true. That
Oh,
did happen.
I sure did. I saw it, and then I read that it was a comedy, and then I instantly got a little less excited. But
Yeah, I read that
Comedy?
somewhere too. I'm like, is that true? I really hope this is not a comedy.
yeah, who knows, man? Like, there's a lot of false information going on around there. Hopefully, it's not it. Like, I can understand if it's a little like tongue in cheek, and it's just self aware of what it is. But like to go to lean hard into comedy, I don't know. That ain't it.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I did just see that whole Love and Thunder movie. That shit was a comedy.
I
Yes,
could
comedy
see
very.
the vibe that I got from the Werewolf by Night trailer was something along the lines of Knives Out. I think was the one with Daniel Craig as like the inspector, the
Mhm.
investigator, whatever. Because that was like a caper or like like a whodunit, but it did have its comedic elements. And just from reading like the premise of Werewolf by Night, that's kind of what I got from it too. Is that it's like a paranoia thriller almost, where they're trying to figure out who is the werewolf by night, but because of like kind of the era that they're trying to evoke with the the way they're shooting it, and even just from that trailer, felt like that kind of will be the comedy of it. Not that it'll specifically be a
Oh,
comedy.
I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I think we're basically saying the same thing.
Yeah, look cool though. I'm trying to find the picture of the giant size man thing.
That's on my update from yesterday. I got a
Yeah, this
picture.
all happened this past weekend because they had D23 here in Anaheim. So they did just a whole bunch of updates for all the different Disneys. And yeah, Star Wars and Marvel got a bunch of updates, which is crazy because we just had a bunch of updates too at San Diego. So a lot of you're gonna stay busy with all this Marvel stuff.
Um, all right. So Werewolf by Night. There was also the Thunderbolts team reveal.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that, please.
You loved it, right, Pancho?
Oh, I couldn't get enough. As an avid Thunderbolts fan as myself,
I
I'm the guy. I'm a Marvel guy.
Yeah, I know Thunderbolts is your entire identity. So if anyone was gonna be
Oh,
mad about this lineup, it would have been you.
very true. Very true. Very true. Honestly, I don't really care. It's fine. Obviously, I'm not. This isn't my lane. Honestly, like after the version of Civil War we got, like it's completely. This is This is business as usual. Honestly.
So you got 4 dudes that do the exact same thing here.
Hey, yeah, that's what's really killing it for like what is going on? Like it's so wild to me. You know what? Like I really hope I'm wrong, but like it kind of seems like they kind of went like, now which of these guys would be funniest to stick together? Like, what if we put the Winter Soldier with a couple of other kooky assassins? Like, whoa, what kind of shenanigans would they get into? Like, and in terms of like the current like comedic landscape of the MCU, like that really does not surprise me. And I really hope that is not real. I really hope I'm just like talking nuts or like talking crazy.
It's kind of wild that like Bucky is going to be with like 2 other like fake Captain Americas and shit. Like I don't know. It's just,
3 basically, because I mean this guy throws shields too. 3 of these dudes throw shields.
and we'll probably see Sam Wilson show up in this movie, right?
Well, he's got his own movie. They announced that they're doing Captain America: New World Order, brother, and the villain is going to be Tim Blake Nelson, returning as the leader.
Oh.
You saw that?
Really?
See
Yeah.
something about that, yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah.
Somebody was saying in the chat, yes. Shyman Croxton saying that they need a wild card like Abomination in here. Yeah, they do. I wonder if maybe they're burying the lead on that just to sort of let She-Hulk have its run, and maybe they'll do something about that there.
Yeah. Could see that.
Yeah, for sure.
The
Because
possibility.
who's going to be able to get Blonsky out of his whatever he agreed to in his hearing, if not a shady government person like this? Like, oh, it's okay as long as he's for him to violate the terms of his parole as long as he's doing it for Uncle Sam.
Yep.
Correct.
That would be
Absolutely.
cool. And then Baron Zemo, I feel like, would work as kind of the villain of this piece too.
Well, I don't know if he would be the villain. That's probably really one of the people that they are not showing in this because Baron Zemo had such a huge role in the Thunderbolts comic book and shit as like
Yeah.
so,
Citizen V, right? Come on, I know comics.
correct.
Shyman Croxton with a $2 super chat. With all these dudes throwing shields in this team, you basically got a Thunderbolts Ultimate Frisbee squad. I love it. When you order the Suicide Squad on Wish.com, right?
I'm thinking that it's gonna be like they're gonna be a real like military-esque tactical unit, and it's not gonna be a lot of shield shit. I'm thinking they're gonna have a lot of guns and like espionage and like covert and like
Guns on my superheroes? Sorry, that's my impression of a Warner Brothers exec.
I think it's gonna be. It might surprise us. It might actually throw us for a loop. I mean, we don't have the Russo brothers to give us a freaking Winter Soldier 2 and shit. So, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They're not working on. They're not working on any more shit. We talked about that like some months ago, right? That they're not doing any more Marvel movies, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we touched base on that. Yeah.
What? I thought they were only doing more Marvel movies.
Really? Was there some other MCU type thing? There was Thunderbolts. There was. What did we talk about first?
Do not know. Rick would be the guy. He was up on all that D23 stuff.
Fabio, you muted, bro.
Oh, my bad. I have the breakdown here from Reddit. They showed some new Black Panther 2 footage. Yeah.
That's crisp.
Let's see. Yes.
Was it some
Quantum,
leak?
there was
Behind
actually a
closed
Quantum
doors.
trailer.
Oh yeah, you saw that Modoc leak?
No.
Yeah, there's leaks of what he looks like what his suit looks like and stuff and everything.
What? Okay, hang on.
Modoc from what?
It basically looks like he's a helmet with like arms and legs sticking out of him.
Modoc from what?
From Ant-Man and the quantum and into the quantum whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find that.
I think the idea is like Modoc is the villain from the first movie, and he just got all fucked up because he was shrinking unproportionally. I think that's the idea. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes sense. Thunderbolt starts shooting next year, apparently. The Marvels showed some new footage, and Goose the Cat is back.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
I know, we were all so worried. Charlie Cox was there on stage for Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I am in a bad part of town. What is that? I'm fucking lost.
Oh, the kid that was like the new Falcon in Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show is back for Cap 4, and so is Isaiah Bradley.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
I think that's about it for like updates. There's a new guy joining Loki 2, who's very famous.
Loki.
I wish, dude.
Did okay, we'll talk. You guys didn't talk about She-Hulk yet, right?
No, not yet. That's the last.
I did catch it.
What'd you think about this episode? I don't know.
You know, I was watching the
She-Hulk?
episode and I was like, people aren't gonna like this shit.
Yeah, I didn't. This was my least favorite episode.
I thought it was fine.
Fine is a good way to put it.
It was fine. It was just like this is. I'm sure this was the least interesting part of the pitch for the show. Like it's just all legal stuff, which is, I mean, ultimately that's what the show should be, right? I don't know.
Yeah, some of
This
like
is
the
like,
legal dispute stuff. It got a little silly with like I thought it was funny, but it was silly with the whole like Avengers thing. You know, the bootleg
yeah,
merch. That was
this is
stupid.
like this episode was like the perfect like this is like an interim episode solely existing just to just to just to build up the next one, right?
Yeah. Also to build out some of the character. It was a little, I guess, character development and shit. But yeah, again, I just thought this episode seemed. I don't know. Something seemed like it was missing. Like it was like disjointed, like a little bit. Like I don't know. It didn't seem. It didn't have the flow of the other episodes. The even the comedy aspects of it to me wasn't even like hitting like that.
Mhm. I did like seeing like some of these B characters get like a lot of screen time in their own shine. And, like her two coworkers just going off and doing their own thing was pretty cool. It's cool that they gave those guys like actual personalities.
The dude I liked, when all the dudes that she dated in the last episode kind of showed back up to, or maybe 2 episodes ago, whatever it was, to
Mm-hmm.
be the witnesses or whatever. And I still think that the one dude who shows up at the law office and he had the scarf and he was the one asking about like her impenetrable skin and stuff is going to be revealed to be part of the wrecking crew, because there was one dude that was masked.
Yeah, I think so too. It's definitely connected for sure. makes too much sense.
Yes. Well said, Poncho. It was fine though. I mean, overall, I'm still like enjoying the show, but it's not like crazy, mind blowing. You know, it's just fun. Get that
Yeah,
little Daredevil tease at the end there too. Oh, and then something a lot of people miss too is the guy that's playing Frogman had a little cameo as they're like walking into the tailors. He was like walking out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I figured that was somebody important.
I didn't catch that.
Maybe Frogman next episode.
Oh, I hope so. Stockpiling those Frogman legends finally gonna pay off, boys.
Miles Frogman. Oh, and I guess the big thing was at the very end were like all like the shoes, you know, that were all these different superhero references. Y'all catch that?
Oh, were they?
Yeah, here. Here's a handy guide from Reddit.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there
Look at
was
that.
no after credits this week, right?
There was not. Correct.
No, it was not. And you know what was wild? This was the first episode I actually watched with Ashley. Like she didn't want to see any of the other episodes, so she was all right with me just starting where I was or whatever. And I made it a point for her to like stay for the credits, and these seem to be like the longest credits out of the whole fucking show. And then there was nothing at the end of shit, so she was looking at me like I was stupid. But yeah,
That's so funny.
shit was the longest credits.
So yeah, look at all these references. This is what you're here for, right? Just references. Well, here they are, all of them.
Well,
Look
they
at that.
referenced everything. They did it.
Yeah.
You got everything from the Silver Surfer, Green Goblin, even Speedball over here.
Deadpool, number 18.
There's Deadpool right there. This one, the dude put Jack of Hearts, but I think this is supposed to be Gambit up here. I don't know, maybe
Which one?
up
What
top
number?
one. Yeah. Here's
Number-
Hawkeye, and then here's Moon Knight, Spider-Man, Black Panther. Look, Cyclops. That's an obvious one.
Thing.
That's Namor right there. Yeah.
You said Moon Knight? You saw Moon
Moon
Knight?
Knight down here. Yeah, 35. 34 Ant-Man, maybe? I don't know. I can't really tell there. Yeah, look at that. References.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying, Fabio, like the show is just fine. It's great. I don't know. I don't hate it. I'm not like losing my mind over it, but like it's hitting that perfect level of like, you know what I love so much about this show? It's hitting that perfect stride of like, I'm not stressed out to go on social media on a Friday morning. Like, I'm not like avoiding Twitter. I'm not avoiding Facebook at like the fear of somebody spoiling an after credit scene for a show I'm watching. Like, I enjoy and I care about She-Hulk just enough to where like I can I could like put an episode off for like a day or two or even a whole weekend, and I'm like just cool catching up. And I feel like I haven't had that kind of like anxietal freedom for an MCU thing in a very long time. I don't know. I wonder how it's going to turn out because like stakes are pretty low so far.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to like beef it up or something. Like, I don't want to say they gotta, but like it seems
That's a
like
wild. That's a wild statement. Stakes are pretty low. Yeah, that's very, very true.
And we
but
love
like
it.
I think it hits like a really great strata of humor too. Like I'm really not looking to laugh my ass off like every 2 minutes in like these shows, but like just some of like the deadpan lines and the way that the characters deliver them is just like it's just funny enough for me to, you know, to like I don't know. It's like if you were to write everything I'm saying down on a piece of paper and read it with no emotion, it sounds like I fucking hate this show. But like I don't know. I just think it's like
Your last 2 minutes of talking feel like they were written by an AI.
it just feels like it's I don't know. It's a really straightforward kind of. I don't know. It's I don't want to say a palate cleanser, but like I don't know. It's just fun to watch a Marvel show that I'm really into. That at the same time, I couldn't care less if I missed an episode.
Yeah. You're not super invested into it. It's just it's casual fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you.
Is anybody
Yeah, no.
watching Rings of Power still? Or is it just me?
And I tried to watch the first episode, but it was like late, and I didn't get through it. I didn't think it was like whack or anything like that, but I just didn't get through it. How many episodes is it so far?
I think 4? Yeah.
Or
4?
You still enjoying it?
Yeah, it's fine. I dig the setting. I dig the high fantasy.
Damn, are we like oversaturated with everything at this point? Nothing is crazy exciting right now.
I guess. I mean, I'm enjoying it for sure. I'm curious to see, how. I know this past episode, maybe I missed it, but they didn't even touch on like the Harfoots at all in this episode. So they kind of, which is I think the weakest part of the show so far. And they're basically like the hobbits for this.
Mhm.
I think they're kind of the weakest part of the show. So the fact that they weren't really in it much was probably one of the better episodes. But overall, yeah, I think it's pretty enjoyable.
what you just said just now, Boog, is really sticks out to me. Where you're like, are we oversaturated and stuff like that? I think it's a mixture of that, but I think we're in this like special like low valley right now in terms of media, where like the main parts of all these franchises are done and over, and we're just like we're left with like that not necessarily the afterthoughts, but like the in-betweens or like stuff that's broken off the main part. Like we've already invested in Game of Thrones, Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings, like the Thanos saga and stuff like that, and everything else is just like we're just here,
Yeah,
just
this is
enjoying, like just taking what we can get.
this is what it's like being like a wrestling fan too, where
Oh, yeah,
like when you're when you were growing up in like the early, late 90s, early 2000s, wrestling was like the hottest shit ever, right? And then it went through this, ruthless aggression and the era after where it was kind of a lull and a lot of people tuned out. And only the
yeah.
people who continued to tune in through there kind of slogged through it, And then when it got good again, kind of in the era that we're at now, I guess, with like AEW and stuff, that new wrestling fans are coming back and they're having to kind of play catch up or doing that thing where it's like, oh crap, is that Jeff Hardy? He's still doing it? Is that Rey Mysterio? He's still doing this? Like a homie of mine was here on Monday and we just like put on Raw, and he was just blown away that Rey Mysterio and Edge were still part of the programming.
I think we're going to see that in the MCU around the time of like the next Avengers and like Secret Wars and stuff like that. I think so many people are going to tune back in and they're going to go like, what the fuck is Tony Stark doing here with like a different hairstyle and a full beard? why is he blue? Why does he look like a computer? Like,
Yeah, that's gonna happen. They're like, oh damn, Robert Downey Jr. is still in these movies? That's crazy. But it's like, yeah, but you're forgetting about the part where there was like 10 years where he wasn't. you came back and he's here. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I'm really watching these days. Everyone should go watch Chad and JT Go Deep, please. I need someone to talk about it with.
Whoa. Hey, what the?
Yeah, man. Go watch
What?
Chad and JT Go Deep.
we talked about it a little while you weren't here last week. You missed quite the chef's table discussion last week while you were away.
Oh, you did? Oh my dude, I forgot that. Yeah, that was last week. We just talked about cooking shows. It was awesome.
Damn it.
Come on, Bo, you love cooking.
I do.
You watch any cooking shows, Bug, or no?
Yeah, I watch a lot of I watch a lot of cooking shit for like recipes to like try different
Oh,
shit. A lot of like amateur like YouTube people though, but then like some pretty well-known channels on YouTube as well. I don't know.
uh-huh. Do you watch
Uh
like competition cooking or anything like that?
oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
All of
fuck
that shit.
yeah. Pop pop off your list. What's going on? What's your favorites?
Yeah, what cooking channels are you watching on YouTube?
Or even
On
just Food
YouTube,
Network.
on Food Network, I watch all of that shit because when I'm visiting my parents, that's all my dad watches is like
Hell yeah. That
all
sounds
of
like
the
a real one,
kitchen.
dude.
Yeah, all of that shit. But on YouTube, I've been fucking with this guy named A.B. a lot recently.
Okay.
Uh, Smoking and Grilling with A.B. is the channel. This
Hmm.
guy never cooks vegetables. It's all like real, like terrible food, but I just enjoy watching it and shit. I also fuck with Sam the Cooking Guy sometime. His shit's pretty fun. Uh, I watched all of those fucking Action Bronson. Fuck, that's
Oh
delicious.
yeah, that's delicious.
Maddie Matheson, by any chance?
Maddie Matheson. Who's that? Show me that person.
He's like this big, like heavily tattooed Canadian guy.
Oh no,
Oh, there's
put me.
just so many. Hey, I can't believe we didn't even mention Action Bronson at all last week.
That's
I think we were
true.
just
Yeah.
talking about like competition cooking though last week though for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about Food Network mostly.
You know what? What's my man's name? The French dude. Uh, Damn it, what's his name? He's got a restaurant right here in Harlem. Red Rooster is the restaurant. He's on the cooking channel all the time. French dude,
Hmm.
or he looks like he could be like African, like I don't know, but he speaks French.
Oh, Marcus?
Marcus,
Marcus?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's got like that chicken restaurant where he does like this hot deep fried hot chicken. Something like that.
No, I think the restaurant that's here in Harlem, it's like a French soul food type of thing. I don't know. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
maybe there is some fried chicken aspect to it. But anyway, he lives here in Harlem. He'd be like out
Oh,
in
nice.
the park working out sometime.
Oh, hell yeah. The guy I'm thinking about is a judge on Chopped, so I think we're talking about two different people. I don't
uh,
think it's French. I think it's something else. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you ever watch? Not Another Cooking Show on YouTube?
no,
I think I've heard of it, but I can't put my
Yeah.
finger on it.
who's that?
Wait,
He's a New York chef. He used to run like a food truck and stuff, and now he does these like dinner pop-ups where he'll just like, book tickets and like rent out like I think the Stand, like the stand-up comedy place. And he'll just put on like a crazy like Sunday supper like Italian dinner for all the guests.
Oh wow.
So
All
if
right.
I lived in New York, I'd be trying to get tickets for that. I'm thinking of getting tickets and flying out just for it at some point.
uh-oh.
It'd be sick. But yeah, his cooking videos are really well produced. Definitely check that one out.
Okay. I'm writing all of this shit down.
Not Another Cooking Show. That's NOT space ANOTHER space COOKING
Oh my god.
space.
You know, I don't
I'm
know if you
almost
guys.
done.
I don't know if
SHOW.
you guys saw that update that I did when I talked about the oyster mushrooms. Did you guys see that? I had
I did, yeah.
made some
Yes.
fried oyster mushrooms. I forget what channel that was from, but it was just some dude. I gotta find out his channel. But yeah, that shit was like it was chicken, bro. It was chicken. It was fried chicken.
I feel sorry for people who don't fucking mushrooms, because mushrooms are really delicious.
Yeah,
I
and
love mushrooms.
mushrooms are psychedelic, bro. You eat mushrooms, you'll have some crazy dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, you cooking with psilocybins? What's going on?
No.
The wry laugh leads me to believe that yes. All right, you guys want to do pickups and get the heck up out of here because I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah.
All
this talk
I
of
got
chicken
a basically a pile of loot from Toyco. There's a bunch of stuff in there. The Dark Knight Returns Batman, Superman was in there. That's an incredible figure.
Oh, I didn't get that yet. You opened it?
It's
Of course you did.
yeah, of course. It's incredible. I just wish it came with a smiling face sculpt. I cannot understand why none of these Mafex Superman never come with a smiling head sculpt. It's crazy.
I can't. Superman's got a lot to be very serious about. He shouldn't be smiling.
That's true. You know, I've never seen Superman smile. Ever.
His whole planet blew up, bro. Like, what do you want?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Constantly on his mind too. What I'm really impressed with that figure is like the cape. Fabio, this is right up your alley. The soft goods on this Superman cape are
Top
like
notch.
almost,
Mafex? Yeah, dude.
yeah, it's almost like a scaled down canvas. Like
I
it's
messed
just
with it
so
at
like
I messed with Marvel Kicks that he picked up at Frankenstein at the Toy
oh,
Amigos
sick.
meetup. And
Yeah,
it's
so
a
you know
really
exactly
nice
what I'm
cape,
saying.
dude.
Yeah, it's very like rigid and like
Yeah. It's got that
it
really nice
just
like,
holds
cleaning
its shape
to
so
it.
well. It's crazy. And on the complete opposite end of the spectrum is I got that Nightfall Batman, the Azrael Batman,
Uh-huh.
from Mafex as well. I got that, the one that you famously said looked metallish. But,
Yep,
And what?
yep.
It's pretty good?
Quite a few people hit me up about that figure and said it was really nice.
it's nice. The cape, while like it's not, it's standard Mafex cape, but I think it has. Maybe I just haven't messed with a Mafex cape in such a long time, but like I feel like it has a lot more bendy wire in it in different spots, so you can really get like really nice cape posing with that stuff that almost emulates what was on those comic pages like in the early '90s and stuff. Just really crazy cape poses out of that because there's so much bendy wire along the spines of that cape. It's really nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that Superman, but I passed on the Batman myself. On
Yeah,
that
I can
particular.
understand why a lot of people passed on it. It's really not. You know, I'm not even quite sure why I bought it myself, but you know, I made my bet. I'm gonna land it. It's,
Yeah.
what'd you get, man? What'd you get this week? Anything cool?
Like I said, I've been messing around with this Valaverse figure. These are really quality figures for the most part. I've heard people say that you need to like put them in hot water immediately and shit. I haven't actually. I've opened 2 so far, and I haven't done that at all. And
It's
I like
good to
the
hear.
way I like the way they move. I like the way they look. Uh, I got just the like special ops troopers and just fitting them with some of the gear, basically from one of the gear sets or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Let me be specific. I got the special ops trooper or figure and the riot gear sets to fit on those, just for some like all kind of like blacked out kind of like tactical crews or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They really nice, man. I like all of the possibilities with fitting them with the gear and shit, or just breaking it all the way down and having just the kind of raw commando dude. But yeah, I got a really big pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. I got all of those DBZ figures that you talked me into getting.
Hell yeah. Did you open any of them up?
Not yet.
You gotta. What are you doing?
I was looking at the Goku face, so I zeroed in on these faces on the Goku.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks very good. I got the Star Wars Dark Trooper. I ordered one of those. I got the Peter Parker and Ned pack from Marvel Legends. I got Toad. I got the Sentinel Spider Bot. I got Storm Shadow and one of the Cobra officers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I also got Mafex Jean Grey.
Sick.
Yeah. So, I also got the Iron Spider from Marvel Legends, which I think they did a really good job on. But fuck, man, they should have given him one more set of hands, and it should have been maybe another head in there unmasked or some shit like that. But the figure, like, is a solid, good Marvel Legends figure. Still expensive. I don't know that I can justify that $30-something price
Really?
tag for a figure.
What do you
But
think would elevate it to meet the price point? An extra head, and some hands.
yeah, I mean, at the very least, just one additional head and one extra set of hands. If he had the jazz hands in here with this, you know what
Hmm.
else they could have did too was the port where you put the arms in. I wish you could remove that. You know, it's a little like
Oh,
kind of an
so
eyesore or whatever. Like I wish it was pegged in and you could just take it off. But I understand
you're talking
why.
about the Waldos, right? The three arms in the back.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so they don't come out at all?
No, no, no. The arms come out, but the
Oh,
little like portion that you put the arms into is glued into the back.
I see. I see. Oh, that is a bummer. Jeez.
So when you take the arms out and you just want to have them just chilling without the arms out in the suit, you
Hmm.
know, you're only gonna pretty much shoot from the front or some shit because it's kind of an eyesore.
You got all that kibble on the back, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Transformer shit.
Oh no,
Kibble.
kibble on a Marvel Legends.
Yeah, it's wild. But the figure itself is very nice. They captured the look from the comic book almost to a T. I could see them doing a redeco on that figure though, so I could see them doing a
Mm.
redeco and making it a little more like shinier and like brighter, and not with the
Hmm.
like kind of muted colors or whatever. But doing that and then giving an extra hand and head and shit like that, like you know how Marvel Legends do, man.
Yeah. Did you get the amazing Yamaguchi one or no?
Uh, I had it and I never even opened it, and I sold it.
Yo, I am literally in the exact same situation. I have not opened it yet. But you said you sold it?
Yep, I already sold it though.
Oh damn. Okay. Well,
I
thank
think
you.
I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I got rid of that and Captain America.
Oh shit. I need a Captain America. I need to get on that.
My plan
Did you
was,
open up that Captain America or no?
huh?
Did you open up that Captain America or no?
Yeah, I opened it and just kind of looked at it, and like I was looking for something in there to use for something else, and it didn't work out, and I never even like fully took them out of the package and shit.
I got you. I got you.
Um, yeah, my plan was to get rid of those two and then get the updated Deadpool, the newest Deadpool, just to have him
Oh,
appear with that cable because I think that cable is one of their best figures though.
oh, very nice. I got the SHF movie Deadpool actually in that same Toyko Paladin.
Oh, I got that like a couple weeks ago too.
Did you open them up? What'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I like it too. I think I like it way more because I missed out on that Marvel Legends 2-pack that came out, which used
Uh,
to be the old definitive movie Deadpool. But I guess
uh,
since I never had that, I love this one just way more.
yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little, nicely painted, nicely articulated, like little masterpiece. It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's quite nice. All right, you
Uh,
guys want to do some plugs?
I got a couple things real quick just to mention.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Father.
Just a couple. I got my $10 McFarlane motorcycle.
Oh shit, me too.
It finally arrived. Yeah, it said it was going to arrive in like October or something. So it technically got here early, but it was
They said
delayed.
get this shit out of the warehouse now.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I just put this guy on it, my Dom Toretto. It looks good.
Oh,
Pretty good scale. He's maybe sitting up a little high on the seat, but he's going fast. I don't know. Looks pretty good.
I have not opened mine up yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, for $10, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, for $10, you'll find a reason to use it.
Yeah,
wait,
for sure.
which motorcycle was that?
The Drifter Bat Cycle, like the one that's not the Bat Cycle, it's just the Bruce Wayne motorcycle.
Do I have that one? Yeah, that
From
was the one that.
McFarlane.
Yeah, I have it, and I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, this is the one that I think Rick sent us the link for.
Right. Okay, yeah, I didn't open it yet.
Yeah.
And that figure that you have on is a regular 1/12 scale figure? Or?
Yeah, this is a V-Toys body. So it's basically exactly 1/12 scale.
Okay.
That's pretty well.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And then, Rick's back. Hello. Oh, wait, no, he's not. I just heard an echo. And then I got my Hawk P40 in and arrived on Wednesday.
Oh shit, that shit came
What do you
fast.
think?
Yeah, dude. He's honestly pretty sick. I really like him. He's so shiny. The tank head looks amazing on here, like I thought it would. And look, whoever saw my story on Instagram heard me fake being mad about how in like the art that he comes with, there's like this eagle tattoo, which makes sense because the guy who designed this is a tattoo artist, so it's like in his style. And then in like the promo pics on the website, it doesn't have it on his shoulder, but then on the actual figure, he does have it.
Oh wow.
What is it?
I don't know. False advertising is run amok in our industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks tight. He just does. I don't know what to say. I'm happy with it.
I want to get on the wait list for that thing.
Yeah, dude.
Probably
I think you would do well too. I think he looks really, really tight. And then it's reuse of the Punisher belt, but I have it kind of like to the side, so he has the sheath there. But rawr, he looks tight. I think that's all I got.
I said last week that I put out an episode of Posing Ain't Easy, so
Sure did.
I would really appreciate it if you happen to have the time, just check it out. Tell me what you think. Again, like I said last week, I'll echo. I had a lot of fun slipping back into that role of filming and editing, like just weird, like A.C.B.A. YouTube type content. It felt really cool, and I don't say it a lot, but like Posing Ain't Easy is literally the reason that like I've met up with like Boog and everybody in New York. So it just felt really cool to make an episode of that show again, and all the comments and like reception I've gotten from everybody so far is it's very nice, very endearing and heartwarming. So I can't thank you guys enough. Anyway,
we're happy to have you back, Punch.
Oh, thanks. I'm happy to be back. I'm just having a good time. I'm just happy to be here. On to more current events. October is closely approaching, fastly approaching.
Mm-hmm.
This week, the prompt list will come out this week for sure. So keep your eyes peeled on A.C.B.A. social media. I know I'll definitely be sharing it on my social media. I think everybody invested in October will be sharing it again. So the official prompt list will come out. We'll let it percolate amongst the community for a week, and then we'll do a deep dive next week on next week's show of the podcast in terms of every theme, and of course every theme is left up to interpretation, but there is a specificity when everybody submits these themes. So we'll go through that, and then we'll also talk about winners of October as well, and then we'll just get the ball rolling with that. And very excited to roll it out. I worked on the logo for October, I think like earlier this week, and I'm just very excited for it. It feels real now, and I'm very excited that like we're getting the prompt list out not on October 1st. I think it's going to be great.
It could have been worse because I put out the prompt list on the A.C.B.A. subreddit on like October 5th. I was like, wait, oops, I forgot to repost this.
What's so interesting about like speaking of Reddit, and like I don't mean to sound like big-headed about it or anything, but like whenever October rolls around, it's like very endearing to see October posts like blanket over the entire like toy photography ecosphere online. Like it'll be on like our action figures or like our Mezco or You know, any of these other places, and you'll see like little October posts like peppered in there. It's just really nice. You know, it's really cool.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we can get a lot of people to participate this year and make it a little more peppery.
That's it, baby. Let's go. All right, Boog, you want to do your plugs and take us out?
Yeah, I'm just recording every day. Trying to get something up every day and taking a break on Saturdays and Sundays. That's been the theme for the past 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm trying to stick to that. I've been saying this for a minute, but I'm shooting main course. I've been shooting main course. I'm definitely gonna get some traditional reviews back up on the channel very shortly as well. I'm really just in the process of um, getting my shit together on the new computer or whatever, and that's really the only thing holding me back from going really hard and doing everything I want to do in terms of content. So that's what's happening. But yeah, I'll be playing with my toys this weekend, and please come out and join us in our Facebook groups: the A.C.B.A. Facebook group, Dial Structure, Plastic and Paint, The Grind. Those are our 4 groups, our 4 core main groups on Facebook, where you could rub elbows with some of the people in the game and pick up some tips and tricks and take that shit to your other social media accounts. And speaking of other social media accounts, come follow us on Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. We got the podcast Instagram, ACBA_podcast. I think that's it.
I got skipped. So real quick, again. So I'm Fobster360 on Instagram. Subscribe to me here on YouTube at Fobster, just Fobster. And then I just hit 1,500 subscribers actually on my channel.
Whoa,
so
let's go, baby.
This upcoming Mezco Monday on the next Fobster Live, I may be announcing a giveaway to celebrate. So definitely come out to that. Subscribe if you have not already. Streaming there weekly, every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And more produced videos coming as well. Probably a review here and there. But more than likely, I'm still working on the Mezco Toys Iceberg Explained video. So once that gets finished being wrote, then we'll record it, put that out. It's going to be a good video. Top 10 list, things of that nature. So come subscribe on YouTube. If nothing else, just come try and be part of the giveaway, which I'll probably announce this Monday. So go check out my last episode of The Figure Booth, too. I was on The Figure Booth for one of their episodes, so subscribe to them on YouTube as well, The Figure Booth. Nate and Josh over there doing a great show weekly, and I got to do an episode with them, so that was great. Go show them some love. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, just continuing on with A.C.B.A. stuff. A.C.B.A. Instagram, A.C.B.A. podcast Instagram, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Definitely check out the individual content of my my co-hosts. All of their links should be in the description of this video. And that's pretty much it. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. All of the super chats, comments, all of that stuff. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.
Watch the skies. Pregante?
Yeah.
How can't you tell it's Pregento?
I'm taking an exit right now.
Very cool.